Hey, hey, hey. I said, damn, what up? What do you say? And if the walls could talk, I probably never get to see the sunlight. Ah, hit that like button. What's up, Diamond Gang? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on,
It's a
everybody?
It's a conspiracy. Man, I don't even know if we should have titled this live like this, Band-Aid Gang, because man, y'all know what we do. We always get ourselves in a heap of trouble. Hit that like button. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank y'all all for coming in tonight. I said,
Diamond Gang.
hey, what up, Diamond Gang? How you feeling, sis?
I'm a little tired. Been running around too much, but it's okay.
Well, I'm gonna wake you up today. I think I'm gonna wake everybody up. I'm gonna wake Angel up. We gonna wake YouTube up. We gonna show them what we do and how we do. We got 400 billion double tap that screen. I said, damn, man, that guy. Man, I really had to prepare myself for this one. What up, Truth Be Told? We got the gang coming in, man. They always come and support and show love, man. I said, damn. I think I always get myself in a heap of trouble. You know, for some fucking reason, they try to stop my phone. They do whatever they can do to stop the gang from really dropping them gems. See, they don't want to open up the flood doors for us yet, so we just got to work a little extra harder. Now, I think we just got to work harder. We work smarter.
You are right about that.
Huh?
I said, you right about that.
Why they don't want to open up these floodgates? I think because we just flooded with information.
We too original.
I think that's what it is. You know, we don't come up here on no scripted shit. When I call you, we hit the live and we just do what we do. But on the back end, y'all know what to do. Hey, Millie, hit the like button because you ain't gonna want to miss this one tonight. I need you up here, Miss Liz. I do need Miss Liz and the Diamond Gang up here because, you know, both of them think they know every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to put them to the test today. But they do. Now, I ain't going to say they think. Say they do. Yeah, but this is just like perfect timing for everybody to gather up at the tent and we're going to start a fire. And we're going to put our own fire out. Yeah, I said, damn. Hit the like button. It's a great weekend. What's Father's Day coming up? It's today's Father's Day.
Father's Day is tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna call my kids and say, "What the hell I done did? What I do? Ain't none of y'all call me on Father's Day. What the hell I done did?" Now these kids don't want to tell you what they done did until you're mad at them and you cuss them out. Oh, Dad, I remember when you was. I said, "Damn." Well, you didn't tell me that all year. So thank God for that. So I'm waiting on see which one of my kids gonna call me first. I said that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, gang. To all the proud black fathers, white fathers, Chinese, all races. Happy Father's Day to you all. Hey, G Money. Mill Liz, get up here because y'all gonna want to see this. Let me go ahead and get this live set up, y'all. We about to powwow. Y'all know how we do.
Hey, Diamond, how your day going, girl?
Exhausting.
Exhausting.
You know, I never wanted to hide my keys more than I do now.
You better get you some of that coffee.
I know everybody read the title.
I'm gonna grab me an energy drink.
Oh yeah, I didn't introduce myself. My name is C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying. And I said, damn, and I'm with the
Real Angel.
And we are.
We beat you.
And we also are up here with the Band-Aid Gang, Diamond Gang, and everybody else. Now, everybody that's seen the title, you know, it's a must. You know, I know people love me and know how I do my commentary. And I'm not trying to brag about nothing. I'm just, hold on. Did I drop that link? Miss Liz, what's taking you so long? Okay, but here's the thing. Miss Liz, I promise I'm not going to talk about any attorneys bad or nothing like that. I promise you that, because it seemed like last time, did you notice when I started talking about, you know, the judicial system, Miss Liz jumped off the check. Did you notice that, Diamond?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know if that's protocol or some Band-Aid game, but here it is. You know, it's a lot of things. So I did what I told everybody that I was going to do. And I told y'all that I was going to actually... Okay, G-Money, well, it's going to be a good one. See, with me being a video editor, and y'all know what I did when it came to the Pruitt, what was his name? With the Diamond, we was covering what was happening in Minnesota. Alex Preddy. Y'all remember how I broke that down and I was able to slow up the footage? And yes, Alan Preddy. Adam Preddy. Alan Preddy. So with Alan Preddy, I did the same thing, everybody. Thank you, G-Money. Well, you know I'm going to do it again. I'm going to break the code again. I was able to slow the footage down. I was able to put circles around people, and I did the best that I could, Band-Aid Gang, to 3D it, get it in HD. I went 3D. It didn't really give what it gave me enough to be able to let everybody see what happened to Karmelo Anthony. And I did it not gonna. Can y'all hear me?
You kind of going
Diamond,
in and out, bro. You kind of going in and out.
Okay. All right, y'all. Can you hear me good now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Okay, so what I was able to do was something amazing. So what we're about to see, Band-Aid Gang, I need you guys to share this out with your people and everybody. I was able to, we got Dr. E on the platform. What up, Dr. E? What up, my boss? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, you guys. I was able to slow the footage up. I want everybody to pay attention to the circles. The circles are going to be the heads of the brothers. We're going to watch the intro all the way through. I put it in as a storyline, so we're going to walk it all the way through. We're going to look at some hand signals. We're just going to break all of this down tonight, y'all. And I think we're on point. So let's go ahead and press play and get this started. So the first clip that we're about to demonstrate, Dr. Ian Diamond, Band-Aid Gang, everybody in the chat, is going to be from when Karmelo Anthony, when the guys first walked in. Let's go from there. Let's see what the video takes us. Let's go.
And analyze it.
This is Karmelo.
This is Karmelo Anthony, everybody, when he enters the stadium. Diamond, Dr. E. This is when he entered the stadium. Okay, y'all? He's by himself, everybody. Karmelo Anthony is by himself. So we realize if this was some kind of gang altercation, I'm pretty sure that Karmelo Anthony would have brought his guys with him, right? If Karmelo Anthony was there to cause any type of altercation or problems and going on the opposite side of the bench, right? Karmelo Anthony would have came with his entourage, right? Can I get do you guys agree?
I agree on that. Yeah.
Agree.
So we see that Karmelo Anthony has came by himself. Karmelo Anthony is by himself. Him and his backpack. So Karmelo Anthony is not looking for a problem here. He don't come from the other side. He came from the regular side of the bleachers, everybody. What's up, YG? Welcome.
Hey, sis.
So, and I want to thank Diamond Gang and Yolanda the Great down here in the chat for sending me these videos, because they figure, well, C-Dub can edit them. So Diamond Gang has definitely been informing me and making sure I push this hard line. So we see Karmelo Anthony, Dr. Ian Diamond, Angel entering this crowd by itself.
To the stadium. So we can see him walking. He walks past the first tent. Walks past the second tent. And then
The Karmelo Anthony footage is being released, and it doesn't really sit right.
Now, clearly, as we realize and we watching right now. Hey, Nurse 59.
Hey, nice.
We don't know if that's Hunter or if it's Austin because they both looked alike. They're both twins. But you can clearly see with the two other buddies with the hoodie, there's something about to go on. Now remind everybody, the coach told Hunter and Austin to come and secure and make sure nothing happens at this event. But clearly we see that this looks kind of awkward. So now we got one of the brothers walking with two guys in hoodies. Now usually they say that melanated people, we wear hoodies and that, you know, we look suspicious. Well, these guys look like thugs. These guys look like they're thugging. So you can't say Karmelo Anthony also brought a backpack because Karmelo Anthony was coming to bring harm. Because if you look, everyone, there's two other students here in front of Hunter and these other two unidentified people with backpacks. So we're gonna knock the backpack and why Karmelo brought his backpack out of the picture, Band-Aid gang. We scratching that right now. And my guy say, do you not wear hoodies? Absolutely, you wear hoodies when it's raining. Good point, good old boy. Good point. I was gonna get to that. And you wear hoodies, as this guy said, when it rains. Karmelo Anthony had a hoodie on, right? All right. So let's continue to track.
With me. Here you can see Austin walking into
It's a lot of speed walking. Somebody needs an extra. Somebody's in a rush. Someone's rushing very fast because word has got around that Karmelo is there. Or maybe the children, you know, they're creatures of havoc, right? So, you know, you give a child the type of authority to make sure nothing happens at the tent. You know, now he's bossy. He feels like, you know, but you're not even supposed to be there. You're not supposed to be there, right? So let's continue to track. Follow me now, y'all. Follow me.
the stadium with two other guys, and then you can see Hunter walk.
Here's his brother, all black on black. Back to back. Here's your brother. I don't know which one it is. Here's your brother.
Walking in after him with another.
So, on this clip right here, we walking this down, Band-Aid gang. I'm gonna play the video, right? We have to do the commentary. Let's watch. We're looking at 6 individuals. Six. So the number was correct. Six students. I'm gonna call them students. I'm gonna shock you guys with this one tonight. Thugs, yeah, you caught thugging. They thugging. Now, if this was a melanated group of guys, they in all black. So I'm gonna say they in all black. They thugging, gang. A group. 6 individuals aimed at one destination. Right? 6 individuals aimed at one destination. Now, mind you, everybody, the people that went in and saw the tape said that there was some lookout guys. There was some guys on security. And I'm not talking about Hunter, the ones that was supposed to be on security, because they was what? Too busy picking on Karmelo Anthony. So they sent the lookout boys, right? As we know, they sent the lookout boys. Am I correct? Am I rolling right, Diamond Gang? I don't want to make any mistakes before I really hit him with the 1, 2, 3.
You're correct.
Okay, let's continue to track. as these individuals approach the tent. We're going to show you where the edited footage is. Okay, they're in the tent. Can anybody tell us a timestamp? Did the courts show us a timestamp? Ask the courts about a timestamp. The same shit they do on YouTube. When you want to get somebody, there's a timestamp. I said, damn. So at this time, they're there. Dr. Ian Diamond, until we ask these people for a timestamp, guess what the Band-Aid gang gonna do today? We're gonna show you our own timestamp and show when you fucked up and thought that we didn't know. Well, we're gonna do you all type of ways tonight. There's not a million people in the chat. It's not a million people, but we on their ass tonight. Let's go. Y'all getting the exclusive tonight. They're at the tent. They're mingling now. But have you noticed, Dr. Ian Diamond, that there is nothing that has went on for what they want to show us? There's nothing that has happened now. Karmelo Anthony hasn't just all of a sudden appeared like Superman at the top of the tent. Like boom, with no flash, because Karmelo Anthony did not have a part of his body that left that tent. You just seen him up at the top. You didn't see his body when it moved. And all of a sudden he popped up at the top. Hit the like button. I'm finna do you all type of ways. Because I'm going to show you how this game go. You know why? Because I'm an editor. I do video editing. So I know when to cut something out and how to cut it. And you wouldn't miss it unless you'd seen the camera stutter. So let's do you all type of ways. We're still waiting here. Look, y'all. We're still waiting here. The guy's already approached. Something should have happened by now. Look how long the time is going, y'all. People are walking by. You got people walking by now that don't look like they hear commotion. Am I right or wrong? They're walking with their umbrellas. Check me if I'm wrong. Check me, boo. Check me, boo. Diamond, will you check me? So
I sure would.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm sure the Band-Aid game is going to check me. 3 people walk by with umbrellas. If it was a loud altercation, right, then they would be stopping and staring. But they've been under this tent for a while. And so have Karmelo Anthony. See, again, children are the creatures of habit. So we know these kids are lying for each other. We're not getting the whole story. I lied when I was young. People lied when they were young. So all of this time, they're under the tent. But the video clip that they show us, what happened? It kicked right off. It kicked right off. See, I'm going to do you all type of ways. In the real footage, they was there. They walked up there. Karmelo was there. They surrounded him. Boom, 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 boom. Karmelo bounces up at the top like Casper the Friendly Ghost. He appeared up at the top. He got to running down the bleachers. So where's the time cut? Because at this point in time, Band-Aid gang, nothing has happened. They're under the tent. Nothing's happened. You can fool the other people that don't know how to video edit, but you can't fool me, because this is what I do. So I'm going to go back a tad bit to put you in the right mind frame. So look at all the time has went by, Band-Aid gang. They're there. Look at all the time that has went by, Band-Aid gang. Karmelo Anthony isn't popping at the top now. They should be roughing him up right now. They should be roughing Karmelo up. Here go 2 people walking by. They haven't stopped because then, you know, those. Hold on, my bad. Let me get back to that. Sorry about that, y'all. They're under the tent. Nothing. Nothing's happened. They fooled you guys. They fooled you. Nothing's happened. They're under the tent. 6 guys are under the tent. People are moving around. Still nothing has happened. What's taking it so long? There's the 3 people that walked by Dr. Ian Diamond with the umbrellas. What's taking it so long? What's taking it so long? He wasn't Karmelo Anthony's not supposed to be there. Get up out of here. What's happening? Why are they still cool? Why is there nothing? Why is there nothing now? There's nothing still? They're still under the tent. This video's still moving. All of this time. Look, y'all. Shouldn't they have gotten into it by now? If he wasn't supposed to be there? If Hunter and Austin walked up on a mission, they were supposed to walk up, right? And, hey, get up out of here. We spot him, got him. Hey, you ain't supposed to be here. Why all of this time? There's nothing. Where are they playing the camera tricks at? Where's the camera tricks? Well, this is where you messed up. Because we got to figure out the children are lying, right? So all of this time, look at what's going on. There's nobody running over there because they're hearing some children arguing. Nothing. Look at all this time going by, Band-Aid gang. What's happening? You tell me. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. I'm about to do them all type of ways, y'all. Truth hurts. You got a nice name because nothing has happened. And the truth is about to hurt you today. Truth hurts. Truth hurts. I'm about to hurt you with the truth. Just bear with me. All of this time, truth hurts. Truth hurts. All of this time. Tell me what you know that I don't know, because you wasn't there just as much as I wasn't. I'm just rolling the tape, giving my views and what I think going on. And you said you people. You people. Ain't that the same thing the judge said? Blacks? Blacks? You know when white people are racist, they use the word blacks. They put blacks at the end. See how I said that? You know a racist white person when they say blacks. The blacks were doing it. I'ma do you all type of ways tonight. Peanut, hey Peanut, we got a guest. All of this time, I want to ask my panel. Let me ask my guest. I'm gonna put my guest on the spot. Peanut, can I ask you a question?
You most certainly can, bro.
What's going on all this time going by? I want each and everybody on the panel to give me what's going on. And we can't say all this time nothing's happened. What do you think? All this time that's going by as we watching. I say we just watched about 2 minutes of footage and there's no altercation. And Karmelo's under the tent.
So, in my opinion, and what I've witnessed with following everyone behind the scenes that attended this trial, what is actually going on is Karmelo was invited into this into this tent. He was invited into this tent, and Hunter was there the entire time and paid him no mind. It wasn't until Austin came from the middle school and came underneath that tent that it became a problem. So he was there for all of these moments that bro was showing, and no action has occurred. There was no physical violence. There was no verbal violence. There was nothing until Austin arrived. So that's what's occurring underneath that tent right now. He's just chilling. He's chopping it up with his friends. They catching up. They talking they talking their little whatever it is. They talking it up. wishing each other well, telling each other how much they suck, whatever the case may be. Because a lot of what I need people to understand is when you start dealing in sports, a lot of these folks, when you deal with sports, they play multiple sports. So if you play football, you run track, you do baseball to stay active. So all of those conversations was occurring, and I seen one comment, and I'm gonna let this go after I after I address that comment, and then I'm gonna let someone else respond. Yes, all 23 of those kids lied. They was caught in their lies. Next panelist. Good evening, panel. How you doing? I
Yes.
hope all is well.
Yes.
Hey
Um,
now, hey now. So let me
What's up? What's
say
up?
something real quick.
Go ahead, Diamond
Hey.
Gang.
So I don't know how that story adds up with them all walking together towards the tent, because it was 6 of them. Both the twins walked together to go underneath the tent. So I don't know how
Okay.
that would pan up with the story that you heard. But
Austin came
I,
from the middle school. Austin went
okay,
to the
so
middle
they met
school.
together. They met together before they went underneath the tent.
No, Hunter was there the whole entire time. Austin and a couple of his friends went to the middle school because it was a storm. The game was delayed. The track meet was delayed.
Well,
So
let me
Austin
say this. Let me say
Austin
this.
came
Hold
back
on.
to the middle school.
Hold on, everybody, hold that thought. Let me rock it. We want to do this right. Peanut said that Austin was there the whole time, right? Let's
Hunter.
watch the tricks. Let's watch the tricks. Because, okay, so if Austin was there, I'm glad you said that. Because if Austin was there first, right? Okay, this is what we see in the beginning of the live, right? You see Karmelo. Austin was there the whole time, right?
The Karmelo.
Hunter. This is
Well,
the
Hunter
beginning.
was there the whole time. But when we
This is where they walked in
hold on,
initially as a
hold
team.
on. Let me finish this.
Okay.
And then
My
I'll
apologies.
I'll ask you a question. Okay, I want you to answer what this looks like to you, Band-Aid Gang, because it's a reason why I'm asking everybody. So the people that are watching this exclusive live tonight, you're gonna understand. So we have one here. If one was there, so we got to figure out when did they separate, because right now we see one here.
Anthony footage as being released, and it doesn't really sit right with me. Here you can see Austin walking into the stadium with 2 other guys.
So we see Austin walking into the stadium, right? So where did they separate? So Austin,
And
there,
then you
here
can
comes
see
his
Hunter
brother
walking.
right behind him. So how is one there before the other? Did one go somewhere else and then the other brother came?
What you're seeing is what the prosecution presented. So when you
Right.
present things, and once a conviction or whatever happens, once that case has been dissolved and they're no longer moving forward with that case, whether it's a mistrial or whatever the case may be, they have to release that information to the public. So this is what the videos that you're seeing is literally what the prosecution presented to the jury. So this was what you're showing was them walking
So
in
if the prosecution
initially.
presents this to the jury,
Yes,
if the prosecution presents this, because they're trying to prosecute, right? So let's track. If the prosecution is trying to prosecute Karmelo Anthony, they want him. So we're realizing that footage, since they've been holding it back so long, now they're ready to prosecute. They're ready to go for it because they've done all of the editing. They've done all of the changing. So now we're ready to prosecute because we need to make this prosecution, listen to me, chat, we need to make this prosecution a speedy trial. We're ready to prosecute. We're ready to prosecute. We're ready to do this fast. We're going to do it on Saturday, an odd day that someone's going to court on Saturday. How awkward is that? Very fast, out of the blue. Boom, real quick. Okay, so they're ready to prosecute. This is what they showed us, right? So, okay, go ahead and continue what you're saying. We're going to get to it.
So
I said prostitute. I'm sorry about that, Truth Hurts. But yeah, I caught myself say that too. But go ahead, but you know what I mean. Go ahead.
But what I also highlighted on the vertical side was that there are no timestamps on these videos. That was by design. So everything was broken down to make it seem like everything occurred so fast. It did not occur as fast as it was presented and what
Exactly.
everybody is thinking. Them walking to the stadium was when everyone initially first got there. Anthony was underneath that tent for minutes before anything ever occurred. And when it first occurred with them arguing, it still was about 5 minutes of them going back and forth before any violence occurred.
So, okay, we're gonna say that, and now everybody, great live. I love the chemistry that we're doing with. Now, Peanut, let me go to Diamond. You was trying to say something as well, Diamond. I think we thought we could before we get into this live. We're in it, but I want to make sure that everybody that's watch everything that I show you tonight. So, Diamond, did you want to piggyback, and then Ms. Liz, I'm gonna go to you, and then Dr. E.
Well, I know for a fact that this videos that were released were edited. Obviously, clearly they're missing segments of the video on purpose. How it go from blurry video to clear video, I don't know how that happens overnight.
Hello,
And
Mom.
for them to release the video on Juneteenth, it's like selective. So it's like selective release. So, me personally, I believe that it was all six of them. They all walked up towards him while he was already underneath the tent. And I believe that they had prior confrontations beforehand. That's what I think. Because it don't seem like they have not seen each other before. They have had prior conversations before. That's what it seemed like to me.
Right. All
Agreed.
right.
Definitely agreed.
Now,
Definitely agreed. And that's what the witnesses have said.
Hold on,
Exactly
Peanut.
what you're saying, Diamond, is what witnesses have stated.
Right. So let me say this. Let me go to, because I got something highlighted. Miss Liz, this will be the question for you because you're in the field. Now, we have an attorney up here, Truth Hurts. There's an attorney up here. Just, Truth Hurts, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stop playing with us, and follow us on this because this ain't got nothing to do with color. So now look, Miss Liz,
Hello.
why
Hello,
did,
everyone.
since you're in this field, why didn't the defense add timestamps to the video
You know why?
if that would have helped? I know I do, but Truth Hurts doesn't know. Can you inform him? So, I mean, we all right. Can you please inform him how that works?
Please,
Was
Ms.
it because he
Liz.
was railroaded? I'm not going to say that.
I think that they all were working together because what was the defense's strategy? Like, was he trying to prove a bullying case or was he trying to prove a racial case or a self-defense case? Like, what was his strategy in defending this case? Because he didn't have a strategy. There was no strategy in defending this case. Seems like to me he was all over the place. He didn't put in a change of venue because I would have put in a change of venue for the case. He should have demanded at least one black juror. He never did that. So, I mean, he was all over the place with this case. But when you see those boys walking into that stadium, they were on a mission.
And when he walked in, when you see Austin come back, Hunter was underneath that tent and he was texting on his phone. So he was sending word about what was going on underneath that tent. So when you see those jokers come up and you see them come up and they're 5 or 6 deep, that was Hunter that sent that text message.
My question to everybody on the panel is this: so the little Hispanic boy that was the cousin of the girlfriend, why did he recant on his statement saying that he didn't know him when he invited him under the tent?
The same way all of them recanted.
So who intimidated them? Were they threatened?
I would not be surprised because why were the cheerleaders never called up?
So who were they threatened by?
It could be the parents. of that little boy. It could have been a judge. It could have been the prosecution. It could have been
Well,
attorneys. It could have been anybody.
well, now that you brought that up, I do have a photo, and I don't know if Doug want me to talk about it now or later. But there
You
was
can,
a photo.
I'm gonna let you know that now. Let
Okay.
me compliment everybody on my panel so we can keep this same energy. Everybody's giving everybody equal opportunity to talk. It's comfortable. It's the weekend. You guys are doing very well. Diamond, go ahead.
I do have a photo of Jeff Metcalf and some of the witnesses having
The
a
barbecue.
barbecue.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Okay.
barbecue photo.
Which is technically witness tampering because
Tampering.
they're about to go through appeal, and those same witnesses are probably going to get recalled back into trial.
Yes. There is no
And
technical to it. It is.
yeah.
So
So when we say that they probably was threatened or they probably was promised something, 9 times out of 10 it was Jeff Metcalf that promised them something.
hey, Mama Kane, with what Diamond said, understand that the father, which is Jeff, still has his campaign actively running.
What campaign?
Him and the mama established GoFundMe's. The mama established a GoFundMe, and the dad established a GoFundMe. I think the mama she closed her GoFundMe down. Diamond, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the mother already shut hers down, and she withdrew the funds. The father is just slowly withdrawing funds, but you're still able to donate to this day. Am I wrong, Diamond?
I think you're right. I haven't looked into that yet, but I will say that this is basically witness tampering
And intimidation.
And intimidation. And 9 times out of 10, ain't no telling if he promised them some money if they would, change their statements up.
Again, that campaign is still actively running. And there's been people that have been donating daily. So Jeff doesn't have a job.
So my quick question is this: Karmelo Anthony doesn't need to speak to anybody in that jail but his mother, his father, and his legal counsel. He doesn't even need to
he's not in
talk
jail.
to the girlfriend. The girlfriend could be an op too.
He's not in jail. They sent that joker straight to prison within 24 hours.
Okay, panel. Let me ask y'all something. I'm playing
They
music.
sent him to prison within 24 hours. He in prison right now. He was in prison the next day.
Okay, so prison. He doesn't need to have jailhouse calls with the girlfriend, because if that's her cousin and her cousin played on it.
Miss Liz,
yeah.
Peanut, give me 1 second. Let me say this. It's a very emotional situation that's going on. We're going to go into the clip. And then we're going to touch a little bit more before we even get into that, because at the end, we're going to have plenty of time to do that. I want the viewers, I don't want to, because people are going to come in and want to watch because they're reading the title. So we're going to get to rolling a little bit, and we're going to, and then we stopped here for 5 minutes. Let's go a little bit more. We got the 3 people walking with the umbrellas. Still, there's nothing that happened. Let's shock them tonight, y'all. We're gonna do them all type of ways. I gotta go out with a bang. So we got nothing yet. All this time has went on, panel. There's no altercation, like Peanut said. There's no altercation. Peanut said they were there for a while. Nothing. All this time. Letting it roll. So in real time, we can see what happens in real time. Nothing. And I've watched people, and as we continue, and because my clips are going to roll, I got this timeline set up for everybody perfectly. We can sit here and relax it. Nothing's going on. All this time. Nothing. And I've seen people do commentary, and this is the parts that they missed. I've never seen no one yet on YouTube say, in all this time, why ain't nothing kicked off? Because they're not paying attention to timestamps. They're not paying attention to video editing because most of them don't do video editing. Like they don't make video. They won't know the chops. They won't know. And a lot of these people just want to put out commentary real quick. But look at nothing. All this time. There's
Now,
nothing has happened.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead, bro, because there's nothing happening. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, just looking at this whole video and everything, the scene when they first come in, the first thing I was thinking, before the videotape came out, just imagining, because everybody had to just put their head together and put it together, right? So I was thinking because they was under this tent that they was at the field and it was pouring down raining. You feel me? And what we seeing here is that it was still activity going on where the tents were set up in case of rain or whatever the case may be, but it wasn't raining right then. So then that kind of takes the pressure off. It kind of seems like them kind of running under the tent, because my mind was thinking they was running under the tent. You know how it does in Texas, it's like a downpour, like boom, the sky's open and it's pouring down raining. So the kids run to the tent for cover. This is what I was kind of thinking. Then the whole thing happened. But the way it's showing here is like it's kind of more in chill mode, maybe a little sprinkle or drizzles going on,
Right.
and the kids are still active on the field, right? So as we see them mobbing up there, as we say in California, we see them mobbing up there 6 deep and going straight to the tent like they had intentions to do something. We don't see, as we right here at this moment now, we don't see anything really going on other than the crowd of guys under a tent. There could be some name calling, some verbal word exchange. I'm pretty sure that's probably what's going on under the tent as we looking at it.
Yes.
And as everything else is still active on the yard and people are running around on the field and everything, it's just a normal situation that nobody's really seeing unless you're under that tent. You're not hearing it, you're not seeing it. So what we seeing from the video is that just that. But we did see them come up there kind of like directly to that tent, 6 guys or whatever deep. Now, according to in the video part, when you first showed it, the brothers walked in together. It wasn't like I think Peanut said, when one's sitting under the tent and he checks and then the other 4 or 5 come up. It's like all of them were shown where we saw it coming up straight to the tent. That's where it kind of looked. They was coming from the other side of the field to go straight to the tent. So either way,
that's how the prosecution presented it, and
But
that's how they wanted it to be done.
right.
That's
Right.
how
So
they
that
wanted
means
to
there's
present their
segments
case.
missing of there's segments. Sorry, I don't mean to cut y'all off, but there's segments missing of the interaction between Karmelo and Hunter before he called his brothers to come help him out with Karmelo.
Now hold on, Diamond.
That interaction is what I'm missing.
Well,
I'm wondering where that footage
it's
is.
shown in that video where that guy was breaking it down. He said they came together. You see
Well, what
4
Dr.
guys
E
in a
said,
group.
Dr. E, I want you to continue
No,
what
I'm
you said.
saying before
Dr.
that,
E, Diamond, hold
because
on.
that's what.
Well, y'all, Diamond,
All right.
hold on. Y'all hear me say, hold on. Now look, because I'm overseeing everything. I see everything that's going on here. So I know we're
Overstanding.
trying to get it out, Diamond. I know everybody's trying to get it out, but just gotta rock the show. At the end of the
Right.
day,
So
listen to
yeah,
this.
so what I'm trying to bring to their attention is that when we saw that video, the guys breaking down, the video as they're walking in, it's 4 guys together, 2 with backpacks. I think Austin was the second guy that was walking in that pack of 4, right? And then there's 2 more guys, which is his brother. They said, whatever, that came behind him, 2 more. So all of them together is like a 4 and a 2 that walk together to the tent. By the time they get to the tent, all 6 of them together go under the tent. Am I right?
Yeah, it was a little more than that, but this is what I'm saying, so the audience will know. What Dr. E said is point on, because we seen that. Not saying you're wrong, Peanut. Not saying you're wrong at all. I'm just
I know I'm
saying
not.
it's all misinformation that was given because the video was edited. But let's look at the big scenario. With all that being said, and each and every last one of us having different opinions and seeing different things, don't you think that trial happened real fast? To
It
show that his
depends.
brother was railroaded, because we're all having this type of conversation.
It depends. It really depends. In my personal opinion, it depends because we also have to look at things. When you go to trial, and Miss Liz can correct me because she is the attorney on this platform, I just cover court cases and study them. It really depends. Sometimes you will have a defense attorney that would ask for a speedy trial just so that the looks of that defendant does not change. He's still going to be seen as a child versus waiting 3 to 4 to 5 years, and now he has facial hair. His everything has been developed on him, and you don't see. Everybody's a visual person, no matter how you slice it. You no longer see a child that's responding. So my question is, did the fence ask for a speedy trial or did the state do a speedy trial? Because that's always the difference. And to Dr. E's point, he was completely railroaded because even he stated that he was underneath that tent while his brother was down there at the middle school down the hill. And everybody stated that he was on his phone. Hunter was on his phone underneath that tent while Carmelo was there the whole entire time. But how they played it was they're walking in together. Now we have this altercation as if he wasn't as if he wasn't invited there and everything else. They Everything was by design, and they sped through
That's
and
exactly
showed
what I'm saying.
what they wanted to show.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So everything's scattered, but we're all putting it together tonight. So now the video is about to transition, and I'm about to give you guys what I see. You guys tell me, because I'm going to show you where they trick the camera as we roll. Now, I put circles to identify who each individual was. Some of the circles aren't going to be even with their head because I can't move the circle as the video moves, but you'll know. And you're going to see everything in real time. Watch this. Let's go, gang. Let's go. Right here, his head's going to pop up. This is either going to be Hunter's head in this circle or Austin. We don't know who was on the right, and we don't know who was on the left. So let's watch this, y'all. I'm going to show you how they played this game. So, right here on the right, coming into the circle, you see a head. Where you see this yellow arrow is where Karmelo Anthony is. And as you look at the circles, you'll be able to tell. Karmelo Anthony is right in this area where that circle is, sitting down. The circle is over one of the brothers' head. You'll see a darker area on the right of the circle. That's one of the brothers' heads. Now watch this. Now you see the brother's head fully in the circle. Put a 1 in the chat if you see his head. Let me ask the panel. Panel, do you see the head in the circle?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, just say he has an afro, okay? And we know they got those mullet hair. That you see his shoulders and his head. In the middle of there where you see that light area, everybody, thank you, is where Karmelo Anthony is. Remember, he had on a gray hoodie, right? So here's one. There's one of the guys. Karmelo Anthony is where the arrow is in this white grayish area. Now watch this, everybody. So there's Karmelo. Then the camera's gonna switch and show you where the other brother is. Watch. The other brother is here now. Bam. That's the other brother. They have him surrounded. Karmelo is where the yellow is. They got him blocked in. Karmelo is where the yellow, where the white is. He has on gray. You seen one head, you seen the other head. So now we see that Karmelo is blocked in between these two individuals. Let's continue. I'm going to do them all type of ways. Watch this, y'all. So Karmelo somewhere in there. You seen the two, that's the other brother head. Now Karmelo has been pushed towards the right to the other brother where you feel the other brother is. He's been pushed. He pushed him back over towards the other brother. Now watch, Karmelo is going to be in here. Right here where the arrow is. Now watch. Right here, boom. Where you two see those two circles are the heads of two people. The brother and the other brother. They're bent over towards the bleachers because Karmelo is down. Karmelo is down, man down. Karmelo is down. That's the head, and they're bent over. So imagine at the head and somebody and the other brother, they're both bent over. Karmelo is down at this point. So after this point, when Karmelo is down, you know what they're going to do to Karmelo? They're going to throw Karmelo to the left, all the way into that other crowd of people. And they're going to get the whooping on him too. That's where they cut the tape. Because Karmelo was in the middle in there getting whooped by those guys. Then they slid the camera over a little bit so you couldn't see what was happening. Next thing you know, Karmelo pops up at the fucking top of the bleachers. And I'm going to show you that next. Because when Karmelo leaves from under the bleacher, you'll see a line in the tent. You don't see him move from that area. You just see him pop up at the top of the tent. Karmelo. So now imagine them two circles is two people head bending down. They're whooping on Karmelo now. That's the head, and imagine the lines, that's their backs. The straight across from the arrows is their backs. They're whooping on Karmelo right now. Karmelo's down. Now watch this. Look, they got him down. They got him down. Now look, they're going to throw him. Look, Karmelo's boom. He's in the crowd right there. They rush Karmelo. Karmelo over in there now. That's where Karmelo is, right over there. Karmelo, they doing him all type of ways. The whole group of them got Karmelo right all up in that whole circle right there. Karmelo getting whooped. Now watch this. Look at them all over there. Look at everybody over there now. Look how the whole motion shift. That's where Karmelo is. You don't see Karmelo running up them bleachers now? You don't see him running up, popping up the bleachers, do you guys? Like they showed us on the tape. Hit the like button. I ain't got to live like this. Because you know what? Karmelo's in that fucking circle over there where all that black is to the left. That's where he at. They whooping his ass. Oh, C-Dub, how did you figure that out? Because I do video editing. Because at this point, when they seen all that shit happen, you didn't see his body run up. You didn't see nothing about, let's just do him all type of way because they whooping him over there. Watch this. Let's do it again. You don't see nobody. There are the two bodies. There go the brother. Now let's do them all type of ways. Let's watch it again so everybody can get it. Karmelo would be where the gray at, but it's going right in the middle. That head right there is one brother head. The other brother is going to be to the right. Karmelo's down low. Watch him get him. Watch this. They go the other brother head. Now they pushing Karmelo around. The other brother, boom. They push him back that way. Boom. They fuddling fighting Karmelo down low. Watch this. Boom. They all turn that way. Boom. Because they got him down. They got him down. They got Karmelo down. You see what I'm saying, Angel? He down. Now watch this. Now have y'all seen Karmelo body run up the bleachers? Have you seen anybody run up the bleachers? You ain't seen nobody run up the bleachers. You know why? Because he's over there now. He's over there now. Carmelo's over there now, gang. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know I'm right, goddammit. Karmelo is over there.
You
in
right.
the dark. Dr. E, let me ask Dr. E. You feeling what I'm saying, E?
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it. You know, I hate that they don't have it clear, but I do see it after you kind of showed it the second time. And I'm watching the shadows, basically, what we watching. The shadow and the light.
Over there in that group. They have pushed him over there. Bro, get out. I'm about to get you out the chat because I know what I see. Now look, he over there in that group, right over there. He in that whole pile up. That's where Karmelo at over there. Now watch this. See all that going on over there? That's where Karmelo at. You don't see Karmelo up running nowhere up no damn bleacher. But on the tape, they show Karmelo. Look at the top 2 lines up at the top. You see 2 lines up at the top. by the bottom. You see 2 lines up there. Them which are bleacher steps. Do you see Karmelo running up there like they showed us on tape? And you're not gonna even see when I show you the next move of his body even moving up there. You're just gonna see him at the top of the tent, because that's what they cut. They cut all of this. They chopped it. At this point, it's chopped, and then they show you the next footage of him popping up, boom, at the top of the bleacher. So what happened? They edited all of that out, and what's happening is the fight over here. That's why they say they was jumping him. He getting jumped over here in this circle. The stabbing happened somewhere over here. That's where it happened. So let's continue. Look at all that going on over there.
Okay, I see 2 dudes moving.
Now watch
clearly,
this.
Right here, left and right.
See, left and right, just like I said, left and right. Look at this man's finger, left and right. So where the tip of his finger is, I want y'all to pay attention with a very tip. When this continues to play, if Karmelo ran up there where the tip of his finger is, you would see Karmelo's shadow go up there, and then he would pop up at the top of the tent. You don't see that. You see him at the top of the tent because they chopped it out. Now watch this.
Under there.
2 brothers, like I said.
Witnesses said after this happened, Austin said, I got stabbed, and then he fell backwards. Everybody moved. Those 2 went over here. Somebody down here ran over here. Karmelo pops out the top without his bag.
Without his bag?
Remember, there was reports that they were grabbing at his bag.
Because they was grabbing at his bag when they had him over there in the goddamn corner whooping on him. Let's continue.
Here we go. 2 dudes moving. Boom, boom.
He's over there with the other group.
Karmelo pops out the top. They're right.
Now watch this. Here. All of a sudden, Karmelo's up at the top. You don't even see him. Look, what happened to all that commotion, y'all? Look.
Reports that they were grabbing at his bag.
This is where they cut it.
2 dudes moving. Boom, boom.
They cut it right there. This is where they cut it.
Karmelo pops out the top.
Boom. Now Karmelo's there. You don't see him running. That's where they cut it. That's not the same action. Watch this. Let's go.
Here we go. 2 dudes moving. Boom, boom. Karmelo pops out the.
There it is. Watch.
Here we go. 2 dudes moving. Boom, boom. Karmelo.
So see where they cut it? You seen them literally push Karmelo into that crowd over there. But all of a sudden, Karmelo, boom, is there now. Karmelo, all of a sudden, you saw them push him into the real group. That's where they edited. Watch.
Remember, there was reports that they were grabbing at his bag.
Now look.
Here we go. 2 dudes moving. Boom, boom.
Karmelo's over there.
Karmelo pops out the top.
You don't even see them rushing like you seen all that crowd go over there no more. They got Karmelo after he got loose out of that crowd over there. Again. Now we'll go back and see. Show you I know what the hell I'm talking about. Now look. Circle is one of the brothers. Karmelo would be where the yellow is. They push, shove, boom. Do y'all see Karmelo jump out? No. You see look. Hold on, press play. That's the other brother. Karmelo up in there. Up in there because he's finna go down. They on him. They on him. They showed them push. So now he's over there. Now look. You're going to see all of them get active over there. Look at them getting active on him right there. You don't see that on the other video. The other video, you just see them standing. They active on him right there. Look. I'm going to show you again. One more time. Just so you can see. I know what I see. Look, they bending over. They on Karmelo. Now, pay attention what this crowd does. Boom. Carmelo's over there. Now look at everybody's motion on this video. Everything is going over there. Are you tracking me, Dr. E?
Yeah, I see that.
Everything's going on over there. Look, everybody's over there now. This whole centerpiece is empty. Nobody's there in the center. Are you guys seeing this? No one's there in the center no more. Everybody's to the left, right or wrong.
You're correct.
Right.
So when you go to this clip right here,
This is said after this happened. Austin said, I got stabbed, and then he fell backwards. Everybody moved.
now watch.
Those two went over here. Somebody down here ran over here. Karmelo pops out the top without his bag. Remember, there was reports that they were grabbing at his bag. Here we go. Two dudes moving. Boom, boom. Karmelo pops out the top.
Where's the opening at? Where's the opening at? Where's all that space at that we just looked at? Because if you ask me, it's 3 people there, and the person in the center is clearing up all that space that we just looked at. When we just looked at it, all of that shit was open. All of that shit was open. But now it's a person sitting in the center. Let's look.
They're right here.
Now tell me, we're looking at 3 people in that centerpiece right there. Now let's go back. Head, they push him over in there. Everybody finna be over there. Okay, everybody over. Where is the 3 people at in the centerpiece right there? Hit the like button. I ain't got to live like this. Where's the 3 people at in the center? And I'm gonna take it off. Tell me that. I don't play no game. Tell me what's going on right here. Why is all that open? Why is you see the bleachers clear as everything right there? We beat you. We beat you. See, what you did was, you thought that I wouldn't be watching. Yeah, I watch your ass. Well, I watch your ass early in the morning. I'm up with the hens. I'm howling with the wolves. I'm out there with them wolves, nigga. You tell me, Band-Aid gang, put a 1 in the chat if you know I'm right. Put a 1, I ain't gonna even say that because I don't want all that type of credit. You do not see that type of space in the middle, because Karmelo Anthony is all the way over there to the left, getting them hands put on his ass. Carmelo getting them hands putting on his ass to the left, and them little black cloud of people to the right, they got their head turned like, I don't know what's going on. I don't see it. I don't know. I'm gonna let them just go ahead. I don't see nothing. Carmelo over there getting the mittens put on him. Where's all that space? So tell truth, the truth hurts. That hurt, don't it? That hurt, don't it, truth? Truth hurt, that hurt. You see all that space in them bleachers right there, right? But when you go over here, yeah, I said, damn, I love this type of shit. I knew I had him. Look.
Witnesses said after this happened, Austin said, I got stabbed, and then
The
he
2
fell
people already
backwards.
picked out.
Everybody moved. Those two went
like
over
I
here.
said.
Somebody down here ran over.
Now remember the big ass space that we seen in the middle, Band-Aid gang? There was a big ass wide space there in the middle. Now watch.
Here, Karmelo pops out the top without his bag. Remember, there was a portion.
I'll show you where they cut it at.
Bag.
They cut it.
Here we go.
This is where they
Two
cut
dudes
it.
moving. Boom,
They
boom.
cut it.
Karmelo
They cut it right there. Carmelo Anthony really over there to the left with them boys over there.
pops out the top.
Now look, where's the space? I said there. Where's the space, Band-Aid gang? You see 3 people there, but you don't see that open space that was just sitting there. Where you can see the whole bleachers all the way up. And we're going to continue to see if that space even happens again. Let's go.
Right here.
Don't reach for it.
You still see no space. No space.
Anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me.
One rock
No space.
rocks over the top. The other one.
No space until now. I'm done playing with y'all. I'll shut this live down right now. Because the space that we was looking at is right there. That's what we was looking at. Hit the like button. And you tell me where did the camera footage go wrong at? I told y'all I was going to do y'all all type of ways tonight. Y'all didn't believe me, did you? Yeah, I got you. There go to space right there. There go to space right there. But we saw them guys all go over there way earlier in that video. When they got on Karmelo then, boom, 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 they was over there on him. That space didn't open up. When they moved over there, right? When they moved over there, that space should have been open way before. We didn't even see a third person right there, did we? We didn't see no third person there in that clip at all. Y'all want to make sure y'all see it? We never seen that man in the... We never seen that... Yeah, we never seen that... Okay, let's go back and see if we see the third nigga. I said, damn. Y'all niggas don't be trying to steal my shit. Yeah, I put a mark on it anyway. I got you. I don't care if you do anyway. Because look. Here it is. The brother right there. Karmelo would be right there. The other brother right there. One brother push him over towards the other brother. He push him over towards the other brother. They Karmelo down. They bend over on him. Look, here it come where they bend over on him. Boom, they bend over on him. They whooping him right there. Boom. They push him over there. Boom. Where's the third person? We should have been seeing the third person sitting in the middle by now. Where's the third person? Where's the third person head at, gang? Look. Look, they over there whooping on him. They whooping on him. Where's the third person? Right there in the middle. I said that. Whoa. They quiet now. They quiet now, Angel. They quiet now. Y'all dead mouth. Where he at? Where's the third person in that gap at? Where's the man in the gap at? He gone. Because you know why? Karmelo was already over there, right? Man, stop playing with me, gang. They chopped this video up. They set that boy up, gang. And they did all that editing and did all that to make it look like that boy did something to them. They made him pop up at the top. Where is this space? That space. Look, I said that. I said that.
Okay, I see two dudes moving clearly right here.
Two dudes,
left
he said
and
clearly.
Right. Carmelo's right up under there.
Karmelo up under. Now look.
Witnesses said after this happened, Austin said, I got stabbed.
I'm finna walk y'all down.
Fell backwards. Everybody moved. Those two went over here. Somebody down here ran over here. Karmelo pops out the top without his bag.
For the space, y'all.
Remember, there was a portion that they were grabbing
right
his
when
bag.
they pushed Karmelo over, when they bent over on him, there was space.
Two dudes moving. Boom, boom.
Right there was space. That's because Karmelo over there to the left. Watch. But where's the space at? Watch.
Karmelo pops.
Where's the space at? Where's the space, y'all? Where's the space, y'all?
It's out the top.
Where's the space? All of a sudden, Karmelo Anthony pop up at the top. I said, damn. You didn't even
And they're standing, not falling over.
I said, we beat you. Again. 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 Stop playing with me. Y'all go tell your friends. Go tell. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you like I just did tonight. I did the same shit with Alex Petty. I did the same thing with Pretty. I did the same thing with Pretty. I spotted it first. Because I do video edit. You can't fool me. You can't fool me. Where is... I'm going to do it again. We're going to dig it in so somebody else can see it on YouTube. so they can see it on YouTube that we did this shit. We did this shit over here, gang. We run this shit. Stop playing with this channel. We been doing this shit. Look, there go the other brother. Boom. Right there where he would be sitting down like everybody say he didn't sit up. He's sitting down there over him. They pushing him down toward the beach and they bending over a little bit. Look, they throw him over there to the other group. He over there with the other group over there. That's why I put they rushed him over there. Tell me where that space at. Where that third person. Look, y'all. When this blink away, when this blink go away, when this yellow go away, tell me where you see the man in the middle. I'm stopping at the man in the middle. I'm asking him where he's at. Cause there is no man in the mirror. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. That's what they was doing. They made a change to the video.
My thing is where is he running up in the bleachers? You don't see him running up no bleachers.
I'm stepping.
I said take.
I want them to stop lying to the public. That's what I would like.
I'm stopping with the man in the mirror. Oh, I'm asking him to change his ways. What truth be known at? I said damn. Cause no, it's now with a man in a mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. See, they wanted to make a world a better place for them. But it's not a better place for us. See, that's what you did. I want to know where's the third party? Where's the three amigos at, gang?
Right. And why is it that they released this blurry version of this of the event versus we actually have clear video of them walking up to him and the camera was moving. So that means that they have clear images of what happened underneath that tent. Why didn't they release that to the public with it zoomed in for everybody to see? It's because they have edited, they have covered up. People were
We can
paid
kind of
off.
see from
and
that
it's about to
guy's
come out.
version. From that guy's version, when he has his finger there, it's a clearer picture if it was zoomed in. So you can see the commotion going on, but because his fingers there, it's kind of blocking a little bit. But when you bring it back to this one, you can see the commotion going on, but it blurred. So I know these can't be the only two videos of this incident because kids gonna always be recording stuff from different angles. So if somebody has a video with the whole thing going down from different angles, and different angles probably would show exactly what's going on, probably without it being blurred as well.
I don't know what Diamond went, but Dr. E, let me ask you a question. Did I not just show the people? Do you see what I'm saying as far as the space and all that going?
Yeah, I do see it. Like Diamond said on that piece, it is blurred. But after you watch it a couple times and you see the motions, you can see it. But like I said, that guy's version where you can actually see it clearer is more zoomed
like
out.
This video, right?
Well, no, because like you said, when the crowd moves, you can see at the very end of the confrontation or whatever, boom, you see him magically appear to the right. So that kind of throws the whole thing out because once you just go back, there's no way he could have ran to the right because you see the commotion and even like you see the characters now in the shadow, you can see that they all to the left and they're like, got somebody pinned down. Well, how did he go from being pinned down to being on top of the tent over to the right? It's seconds in between there that don't make sense, and then you got running down the bleachers or whatever the case is.
That's
just
where
like
they cut the tape.
See, and that's the bad part. It's got to be, like I said, between kids in the area. As soon as a fight breaks out, people just grab their phone like it's second nature now. Somebody out there has a tape of the whole situation, probably for another angle, another student, another child. Somebody probably was getting it from the ground. It's probably about several different versions of this that have not been turned in, or somebody just kept it to themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe scared to release it, but somebody, if they got it in their phone, they probably haven't deleted it either. You feel me? So it's one of them situations that a different angle, a different view, a closer view, multiple views would kind of show the confrontation, because you got to show it in all angles. It's like they do with sports, right? You got 4 or 5 different things when they're showing replays, right? You got from this angle, got from that angle. The ball comes out this way. They do that for replays. So that's what this kind of needs to have, is different videos. But even if you only got 1 or 2, I'm pretty sure this version has this. Somebody, you hit the button that says bluer. They can hit the image and made it bluer where you don't see but like a smoky kind of figure. Because if you've seen it, as you just said, if this was clear, you'll be able to see the confrontation going on and everybody moving. You'll see who is who, especially this zoomed in. I mean, look how zoomed in that picture is right there. If it was this clear, then you can see everything in a confrontation. It would take all questions out. I'm pretty sure it was like that. They probably hit the smoke button.
Right,
That's
I
my
agree,
thought.
and that I agree totally on that. That's the reason why I'm saying if you can have clear.
Go ahead, Diamond.
I said if you can have clear footage for everything else, you have clear footage of them being underneath the tent.
That part.
And I would like to say too what Peanut said about there was a prior incident between Carmelo and Hunter. Haven't seen no footage of that, and that's what I was leading to, and I wanted her to chime in on that. We have not seen no footage of them having an interaction before the boys walked up, so I just want to make sure that we clear that up.
Let's go, y'all.
Can you hear me, Dove? Can you hear me, Dove? Because I hear a lot of wind.
I hear you. Let's go. I'm looking for the space, y'all. Band-Aid gang, I was looking for the space. Let's continue. We didn't see no space. Let's go.
And you see the boys running after him, and then they stop.
Band-Aid gang, all of that space did not occur until after. You see the editing. Replay gang, go back and you'll see it's self-explanatory. Let's go. We seen all of that space after Karmelo Anthony left the bleachers. But before then, we see none of that. After the fact, but you see a third man sitting right there in the middle and none of that space compared to the video that we just broke the code, Band-Aid gang. Let's go. Let's go. The space you don't get until now. You see that same amount of space that we just seen Look at that space, and Karmelo is way over there, Band-Aid gang. Karmelo way over there.
I see it.
So tell us. Tell us, y'all. Let me get the clip. Other brother right there. Carmelo's in there. Now we should be seeing Karmelo. They over here. Boom. Karmelo is over here. That's why you start seeing him rushing. Tell me where you're seeing some feet go up that goddamn bleacher. You show me why is the space here right now? Not way after that. Where's the space? Stop playing
Exactly.
with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. We gonna see a third party sitting that middle when it look like all of them rush over there. We still see a person sitting in the middle. We never seen that person sitting in the middle when that whole throwing action happened. Never seen it. They played with the tape. So when the people look, pushing over there, no space. A third person in the middle. We never saw that person sitting right there in the middle. Put a 1 in the chat if we never saw that person sitting there in the middle. Band-Aid gang, put a 1 in the chat. We never seen, put that 1 in the chat if we never seen that person sitting in the middle. I'm glad the new people can put a 1 in the chat. Thank you, September Virgo. Thank you.
And do you guys know
Where
that it is a
person in the
crime?
middle at?
Right.
Where is
I wanna
that
say
person in the
something.
middle at, Band-Aid gang? That person that his finger is sitting in front of, where is that person at? Tell me where he at. Tell me where he at if he's right here. I'm going to cook tonight. Right here. Tell me where you going to see that middle person at. Boom. That's the other brother. Boom. Karmelo would be right here because they on top of him. Now you're going to see their hands shift because Karmelo's down. Now, by now, you should have seen Karmelo's feet. Now, tell me, boom, where do you see the third person at? Look right here. We should be seeing a third person somewhere in here. Look, y'all. The arrow pointed. Where's the third person? Look, y'all. I'm doing like I did the cookie shop. Where's the third person? Where's that person that was sitting in the middle right there that man's finger was pointing up at? Where is that person? Like you about to see right now. Like you about to see right now. And you tell me they ain't played with this edit, they ain't played with the tape. We beat you. And I'm finna let this ride after this because if you the replay gang will catch it. Watch this. Replay gang gonna catch it. Thank you, my boss. Watch this. Watch this. Where is the third? That third person is there. He's not there now. We never even seen the third person at all. Look. Look at that man sitting in the middle. Now everybody's over there now. I said, damn.
And how the judge didn't know that this was doctored in the first place is
Because
beyond me.
the judge helped them doctor it. Because the judge
Exactly.
is down with it. Because you know why? Why the judge is down with it? Well, let's rock the show, C-Dub. Let's go back and rock the show and tell why the judge is down with it, right? We're going to show you, hit the like button, why the judge is down with it. I ain't got to live like this. Show y'all why the judge is down with it. Why the judge knew all of this? We know by now the judge is crooked. We already know the judge is crooked. They need no ask no question on that.
Yeah, big and not so big name creatures that I just love.
We know the judge crooked.
Watching World Harvest Television. Lester Summerall had started that. I remember Lester Summerall. I was watching a commercial. They were doing some fundraising, and they kept making this symbol with their hands.
I said, damn. So, wasn't the judge doing that sign right there, gang? Hit the like button. Because these are Masonic symbols. Symbolism. Wasn't the judge sitting with his hands just like this? Hit the like button. I ain't coming here to play with y'all tonight. Hit the like button. The judge had his hands sitting just like that. So, I said, damn, so the title of this video says what, gang? Let's break it down right there. Masonic hand signs. That's what it says at the bottom to the left. I said, damn. It said Masonic hand signs. That's what it say. I'll wait. Catch up, mustard. It's a mustard that you catch up with me. Because, see, I ain't got to live like this. Man, again, we don't play no games over here on this channel. I believe that's what the judge hands was looking like. Right? Okay.
And there was a Freemasonry site.
A Freemasonry site. It said it's a Freemasonry site. Oh, yeah. Because they Masons. And I wouldn't put it past the daddy being a Mason, too. I wouldn't be put it past the daddy being a Mason, too. Hit the like button. I ain't got to play with y'all. Are they mad now? I'm going to make you two mad today.
Hey, Dove, didn't they say that one of the Metcalf boys' jersey was the number 33? And ain't 33 a part of the Masonry? Freemason?
33 is. I'm not sure if his number was 33. I got to check into that. Angel, look and see if one of them sons, a picture of them boys on images, and see if one of their numbers was 33. Thank you, truth be told. There go the hand sign the judge was saying, and it say Masonic symbols. So let's go ahead and feel the pain of Karmelo Anthony and continue to rock a show. Because I got him. Yeah, I got him. They thought they was going to play with us tonight. It was number 25, and what was the other brother number? It was a picture of them together.
Words. I mean, that might have happened over here, but it didn't happen anywhere here. Right after it happened,
the Magic football uniform.
Events are able to be, when like this, truthfulness, all that stuff. This is not determinative either way.
Nope, 11.
Sorry, dude,
nope,
I see two dudes on it. Period.
No 33.
That's what I see. Two people
33
moving.
33 and 35. Diamond was right. Number 33 and 35. I said, damn. So one of the brothers was number 33, like Diamond said. So one of the brothers was wearing number 33, y'all. Masonic number. Oh, yeah. So they had expectations. I wonder which one wore 33. Was it Hunter or Austin that wore number 33? Because Austin wore number 33. Uh-oh. Hunter wore number 33. How you know?
Because I can tell he's the one that passed away. Awesome.
Hunter wore 33.
Austin got the meaner of his face.
Go look at some other pictures, Peanut. The brother got on the number 33. They got a white uniform on. That's an old number you seen before. The one where they wearing the black and yellow.
Away, right?
Yep.
Right.
When they was wearing the black and yellow, one had on 11 and one had on 12. There's another uniform where they got the white uniform on with the red letters. One is wearing number 33, which is Hunter. So we're looking at the symbolism. Hey, Butts, whatever your name is, kiss my ass because you wasn't there. You wasn't even there. You wasn't there. We seen this man jump. So allegedly, say alleged when you come over here on this channel and stop playing with us. Over here coming with them theatrical, I just don't know. They just talking. Don't say it ain't no black and white thing. To you it is. What's right is right. And even when the black people say, it was a black man, I don't listen to that shit, nigga. If they stop talking about what color it was and just say what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, then we wouldn't have these motherfucking problems in America. So don't come on my channel with that dumb shit. Because you're disrespecting my white friends. You didn't see his bruises. You wasn't there. You only got the same footage that we got, dope fiend. You got the same footage that we got. Karmelo Anthony back turned and his hands to his motherfucking head. You ain't seen no goddamn bruise on his face. You ain't seen another motherfucking thing because you ain't even take your ass down there to Texas, to Collins County, Texas, to go sit in that room with the rest of them people to go see the tape. Coming up in here with that bullshit. Well, I just know because it's just a black and white thing. It ain't no black and white thing. Stop coming over here with that bullshit up in my chat. See, that's the problem. When them black people get up there talking about, it's a racist, it was a race, that's what make you crazy white people come up in here with that bullshit. Instead of saying, look how they did that kid. That kid was railroaded, he was done wrong. They needed to look at this situation. See, when people start making that colorism shit, I'm colorblind. Only motherfucking thing that I'm racist to is a racist bank teller. Yeah, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers talk playing with my money, we got a problem. How the fuck I'm gonna be racist and I like the color green? I said that.
And let's be clear. Let's be clear. Can I say something, Duff? Because I see the comments, right? And let's be clear. Who do you know, plaintiff, the father of the deceased, would have a barbecue with the witnesses right after the trial? Who does that? Who says all the witnesses that you want to come over? If you were friends with her, just come over and have a barbecue, knowing that there's still an appeal in process, unless you want to talk to them to see what else they're gonna say in the appeal.
Right. But it's Masonic. It's Masonic. They was going to that Masonic lounge.
Right, and I'm just saying in the comments too, that they just keep bringing up the fact that they just lied under oath. Yes, they did lie under oath, and it's a crime.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a crime to lie under oath. It's also a crime to edit videotape. So let's be clear on that.
Kids lie to their parents. The woman, the person that birthed them, the woman that carried them for 9 months, and they push them out. We lied to our mama. What make you think they ain't gonna lie to the damn judge?
And then why would the judge mysteriously want to retire right after this case?
That part.
That part. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, Band-Aid gang. We ain't done yet. Hit the like button. Let's go. We rocking it all the way out. He running. He's scared. So if he was intentionally coming there to unalive that boy, why was he by himself? If he came there and this was a gang war, why did he come there by himself? We seen all that space and time where nothing happened. That boy was sitting there socializing with the people under that tent until the bullies came. So when the bullies came, nothing still happened. Maybe Hunter and Austin and the rest of the entourage, they were all politicking until somebody got smart at the mouth. And then they said, get your ass from under the tent. Maybe they could have been having football talk. Last year we beat y'all by 3. No, y'all didn't. Y'all didn't beat us by 3. We whooped your ass last year. No, you didn't. Yeah, we did. Remember, so-and-so did so-and-so. They could have been arguing over football, dope fiend. That's why nothing happened right away. All that time and space. Because they probably was arguing about sports. We beat y'all ass last year. Yeah, no, you didn't. Y'all know how football players talk. No, last year in 2006, we whooped y'all by a touchdown. No, then it got escalated. Then it escalated. Man, I'm whooping y'all ass. Who got a scholarship? I got so-and-so scholarship. Man, fuck you. That's because of so-and-so. Oh man, your parents are cool with the judge and cool with the county and all that. Oh man, get the fuck from under here. You ain't supposed to be up under here. Get from up out of here. That's when it escalated.
Yeah, you are right. They need to hear Anthony's side of the story because we don't have no part of his story being told. It's not,
Right.
he's not saying anything about what happened, how they came up and approached him, how they jumped him, what he had in his bag, why he reached for it, what he said. It's nothing been said about him at all. He just goes to prison. That's 1936 stuff for real.
Right. And his cousin is one of the people that were at the prison that they tried to send him to, which that should have been another red flag of the Metcalfs, a cousin of the Metcalfs. Let me be clear on that.
Yeah, so it's just like, we don't, how did he go even straight to prison? They should have still been held. They shouldn't have convicted him so quickly. And like I said, we haven't heard no side of the story. And then about the plea thing, I mean, we don't even know what the plea deal may have been, whatever the case was, but I don't think he should have took it. He should have a good attorney speaking for him. But then, yeah, that's another thing. Where are these black attorneys at? The Crumps or the Al Sharptons or whatever, the community activists. Nobody's coming to this guy's rescue. Nobody.
Yet, because a lot of people are still talking about it, but it's not as big as it should be. Because if you look at the fact that that same state, I'm just gonna break it down, right? You look at the same state had another situation similar to it, where the gentleman was fighting in the bathroom, and he got only 10 years versus them slamming him with the murder charge. I mean, the unaliving charge,
but what
and
I'm
giving him
saying,
35.
but what
So
I'm saying is the black community, where are these leaders at in the community that usually representing civil rights cases? Nobody is stepping up. If this is 1964, it'd be Martin Luther King or Malcolm X standing up there. You feel what I'm saying? Where are those people at now? Jesse's gone. You feel what I'm saying? Al Sharpton hasn't said nothing about 20 years, and this Crump guy, he's just overloaded.
Pump it up. That's part of the conspiracy too. Because they never got a chance to pump it up. They did it so fast.
If we as a general public know that drive trucks and work out here, them dudes know that sit at home and catch planes and checks and be at president rallies. You feel what I'm saying? You think they don't know? They know, but they ain't going and they ain't been involved in it. Why not? They supposed to be community leaders. They're supposed to be activists, or either if it's new people, that's this, like me and you, that's activists in the community, even they not taking no flights and going over there. That's all I'm doing is pushing buttons on people. Why y'all not activated? If this what y'all do for a living.
Right, and why everybody is sitting here saying it's not a race thing? It shouldn't be a race thing. But guess who made it a race thing? His father made it a race thing. The media made it a race thing.
It's definitely at this point. It's clear. It's clearly a race thing because at this point, like I said, they got the father doing what he's doing and going on YouTube saying what he's saying. So we all see that he made it racial. And then by the people, we just see black and white in front of us. I'm sorry. We can keep saying we're colorblind and society doesn't exist. Color doesn't exist, but it does. Because every time it comes down to it, you have one black guy, 6 white guys jumped him, and then boom, throw him in jail. Is over with. That's clearly discrimination and civil rights issue right there. We can read that out of the
Right.
textbook.
And then
You're
if the
right.
roles was
But the
reversed,
people that make it a racial issue are the adults. We haven't seen a
Yeah.
child yet come up here and speak on this. We haven't seen
No, as a child, that's all I said is
child even
in
come up.
Anthony's
We've
point
seen
of
adults come up.
right, in
and
Anthony's
speak
point
on
of view,
this.
I don't think Anthony looked at as being racial, but I think he looked at as being bullied and rival schoolmates. That's what they see. Like a football team, you got your team and your school that you represent, your colors. And then you got over here, you got the same thing. Well, obviously, when he came up on the campus, all that was involved as students. You go to that school, I go to this school. You live on that side of the bridge, you live on this side of the bridge. You live in that city, I live in that city. So that's what they kind of see. Maybe not racial, but it's about you live on that side of town, I live on this side of town. And you go to that school, I go to this one. So when he comes under their tent, you're not supposed to be here. It's a rivalry thing that they really looking at. But at the same time, right, there's a rival thing they're looking at. But what comes into play as human beings, whether it's gangs or whether it's like black and white, at the end of the day, the racial things they've been taught, the foundation, how they've been raised, that's going to come out. Or because you live on this side of town, you're gonna feel really strongly. I live on the west side of town. Well, I'm on the east side of town, so you represent the east, and I'm representing the west. Kids take that so serious. Same thing about the school. I go to Manual High, and I go to Smith High, and then they fighting against each other because the school rivalry goes back 50 years of this football game and basketball game and track and whatever. They always in competition. One side of town, one school. So that's probably the primary purpose as students they had. But the racial part comes in there because at the end of all the day, they see black and they also see white. And that goes from the time they're in elementary school that they're taught black kids over here, white kids over here. It's just what it is. We can try to start it out, but it is what it is.
Right. Right. And let me just say this, and I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna say this. I think that the coaches that was regulating this event should have had better things in place where rivalries of teams could not interact with each other. If it was that bad, if it was such of a bad situation when it come down to teams, they should have had something better in place.
Yeah, because even the wording when the coaches, I think, quoted as saying that the Metcalf's guys were there to protect the tent. What kind of why would you say that? It's like putting the batteries, as kids say it now. You're putting the battery in somebody's back when you do that. You're gonna protect the tent. You charging them up. You feel what I'm saying? You putting them ammo on him up. If anything happened, if anybody come over here and try to do anything to this tent, it's you guys' job to protect it. It's like telling a private in the military, your job is to watch this post, and if anybody come up in it, you got to let them have it. You feel what I'm saying? You charging them up. If anybody, gang member, same thing. Anybody come on this street, they cross this side of the street, you kick their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's charging them up. So the coach is wrong for wording the way I heard him quoted that you're here to protect the tent. And then the kid was not even supposed to be on school grounds anyway. When you suspend it, you're not supposed to come back to the school till you're off suspension. So what was he doing on the campus? Nobody wants to talk about that.
That part. You're right.
I have to get all that out. You know what I'm saying? Because people throwing this all kind of angles at this, but sometimes they're repeating the same thing. It's repeating the racial rhetoric or whatever they're doing in the comments and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to just keep it simple and plain and straight facts. And that's why I'm trying to spit right there. And all that what I just said is keep it to the facts. And just look at this kid has not been represented by a rightful lawyer. The trial went too fast, and we haven't heard nothing about his side. He's already given 35 years in prison, and we supposed to just turn our back, go back to work, and forget about it. Come on, man, stop.
Right, and if you look at this video, let's let this video play again because I want the audience to really look at this video.
All right, let's go. He tried. He ain't trying to get away from nobody. He walking. He nervous. He was just trying to protect himself. That's it. That's it. He walks to a teacher. He's nervous. He's a child. And at this time, remember, he don't know that he has unalived Austin.
Hey, Dove, play that back, because don't it look like those boys was chasing him, and then once the adults got involved, they ran back the opposite way?
When you see the crowd, yeah, they were chasing him as regular. They was chasing him. So them chasing him, yeah. But I don't think to beat him up. They were chasing him because something happened, because someone's on the ground. But right now, when you start seeing that crowd running fast on the right, now it's an emergency, because probably Austin is unresponsive right now. He's not responding, and they panicking. Look, now the children are panicking because they running fast. They panicking. So it's showing by emotion what's going on. At first, they were tending to Austin. Then when they feel that he wasn't responding, now they running for real. But Anthony is right here. He's not trying to get away. He's confused as the children were. He's still confused. That's not a murderer. It's not nobody walked in the house and slit someone's throat. It's not somebody that did it and took off full speed, hopped the fence, and ran over and hopped into his homeboy's car, and he said, hit the gas, let's go, let's go. No. He's confused. He's not restraining against anyone. We don't see any restraint here. No restraint. He was willing to walk back. He don't know that something as worse has happened. He don't realize that, y'all. He's not running away. He's not showing that he's violent. He never walked up there being violent. He's not trying to run away. He's walking. He's not running away. He's not what these people portray him to be. People say, why did he bring a knife? People carry pocket knives. People don't carry knives always to stab. People carry knives to cut plastic. People carry knives to clean their nails. People carry knives for all type of things. But if he was coming up there to fight, he would have had more than one person with him at a game. He came by himself. But we see that Hunter and Austin came in a rat pack. And we seen the video. And not only did we see the video in real time here today, it's people that live in Texas that went down there. Law-abiding citizens of all cultures, black, white. And those people that went down there to the video,
treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium.
The same thing from white people to black people. That this, what they showed us, is not what they seen inside that courtroom when they was able to go see the tape. Let's be real. Even the old white lady said that boy was innocent. So many white people said he was innocent. That's why it's not about race. It's about right and wrong. And they've made it so we could not go back and look at this tape ever again. Please tell me why. Should Karmelo Anthony get 35 years? No. Should he have got some time? Yes, because that family lost their child. But he shouldn't have got 35 years. Give him the same amount of time, manslaughter, that you gave the other boy. They got 10 years. For
right, he got criminal. Incident. Right, it was criminal neglect, homicide. And he got 10 years.
All right. Any weapons on you like that? I'll look here.
How long? He put his hands up. I know I'm not.
4-4, copy, I'll be in route. Help me, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now detained. Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right. Okay. What's there? So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me? Okay. Okay, just to make sure. Okay. All right. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
How sad that sound. I told him not to put his hands on me. He put his hands on him. But as Hunter said, Austin took his backpack. Another story. Hunter was the initiator. Hunter threw a blow, Austin pushed. Now this come from people that was there and seen the video. But Hunter said that Austin took his backpack. Karmelo Anthony says he put his hands on me. So which means he took something from him. Self-defense. A child. Self-defense. A child. 10 years. Come home in 5. Come home in 5. Gave him 10 years. He still missed what you guys wanted him to miss, and that was an opportunity. He do those 5 years, he still missed this opportunity. But y'all gave him 35 years, because if he did 5 years, once he got out, people would have gave him a hand and looked at y'all wanted to hide him. They knew when he came home, people was going to give him the utmost respect, and he was still going to have opportunities. But you denied him his opportunities and gave him 35 years. So after 35 years, he will be forgotten. 35 years. He'll be in his 50s when he come home. He won't come home as someone that made a mistake. Self-defense. That's all it was. Put yourself in the woods at night, walking down a dark road at night, and 5 guys approach you. and you don't know if they're gonna try to unalive you or not. You poke one of them to get them up off of you, just to get them up off of you. He didn't have no intentions. He had a future. He had no intentions. People are acting like he came in there and he said that he wanted to unalive somebody. Like he walked in there with 5 other guys coming to do some dirt. He didn't do that. It was the opposite. He was attacked at a certain time. Do kids lie? Yes, they do. It was probably an argument in there that escalated. It escalated. We seen all the time that went by. We watched that in real time on this live. All that time, I say 5 minutes before anything broke out. But what the impression that they gave us is that, what impression did they give us, Band-Aid Gang? The impression that we was him before we seen this tape was Hunter. Now, I would be wrong for saying that, right? And I would say, see, Dove, you wrong for saying what you're saying. You said that Hunter and them came in there to get it on straight off the top. That's what we all was thinking before they showed the tape. So this is where the lies come in. This is where Hunter lied. This is where Hunter lied. Because when they come to it there, they all were getting along at some point. They all were just kicking the bobos for 5 minutes.
I got a question.
I got a question after you, Dr. E.
Okay, but the footage that we got, before we had the footage, we was thinking that those guys, Hunter and Austin and the 4 other brothers, which makes 6, walked up there and got straight to it. Hey, get it from up under here. Get from up under here. You need to go. He grabbed his backpack, threw his backpack, and he just kicked off. That's what we heard. That's what we thought. Until we seen this tape, and we seen all those minutes that went by and nothing kicked off. So that gives me the impression that they were all cool at some point. Somewhere, either somebody was joking on somebody's clothes, somebody was joking on who was whooping them that year in track, whatever, and it escalated. That's what happens with children. And like Dr. E said, it really wasn't about black and white. It was about the colors of your team, your school colors. Allegedly. Go ahead, Ms. Liz.
Dr. E was first.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Dr. E.
Yeah, just real quick. I was just kind of addressing the comments. I'm like, why do they think, I'm saying there's a lot of people comment about, they feel he had intention to come up there to kill somebody, right? To unalive somebody. Why do they really feel he would have came to a school like that for real? I mean, he's a student, 3.7 student. What would make that student wake up one day, bring his bag to school, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to intentionally harm somebody? I just want to ask the question that, because I just seen about 30 comments with that in there. And I'm like, do you really think people like kids at 17 or whatever wake up like that and think that way?
Say, oh, hell, I'm going to just throw my life away.
Exactly.
No.
I want them to really answer that question, because I'm seeing all kind of crazy defensive like comments, going toward him. And I'm like, it just don't make any sense when you just logically think, what kid wakes up in the morning like that and takes a knife intentionally to unalive somebody? I want them to address that question. I'm done with that part.
Right. And I would like to know from the audience.
Hold on, Miss Liz was next.
Well, my question is this. I think we're skipping over some key points to some things. One key point is it's the state of Texas. The state of Texas is a stand your ground state. You have the open and carry laws. So even if he was being jumped, he had the right in the state of Texas to defend himself. So who does the stand your ground law apply to? Only whites? So is the state of Texas saying that black people are not allowed to defend themselves? I mean, I'm just asking a question.
Right. And can I say something to that? I would like to chime in on what she just said. It seemed like to me, like as soon as one of them, when a white person gets unalive or harmed, now it's an uproar. Oh, we got to censor everybody. We got to hurry up and get this over with and give them the max amount of time.
Absolutely.
Versus any other trial would have took months for it to go through deliberation
Months.
and go through witnesses and people that were on the scene. They rushed this, and we know that. But
Which
what I'm trying to figure out is, when are we going to get the appeal? What date is he going to be seeing another judge?
gotta have his money. His money gotta be right, first of all. Second of all, when they put in for the appeal, that wording better be right. Number two, if he's going in with the appeal, if who he went in with the criminal, he don't stand a chance. So he better have a legal team. He needs to have a legal team with criminal psychologists and psychiatrists, criminal
Yep,
analysts,
I was just about to say a
everything.
psychologist needs to see him and document whatever he says to the psychologist to be able to present that into court. See, they can't deny a psychologist coming to testify on his behalf if he sits and has a conversation with a psychologist about the events that transpired.
Go
They
over the
can't do
witness
that.
statements,
Yep.
uh, pull the witnesses' cell phone footage, text messages. All that stuff can be brought in the appeal, and uh, prove the history of between the judge, the DA, and the defense attorney. But I
Right.
was
I would even
saying
go in.
this. Go ahead, Don. Then I'll
No, I
piggyback.
was gonna say I would go even further on trying to get the judge and the defense attorney disbarred.
I would too. Well, the judge is getting ready to retire. See, the judge knew what he was doing. The judge knew what he was doing. As long as he's getting ready to retire in the next couple months, it is what it is. But the DA, yeah.
Now I see the people that had the negative comments since I threw that question out there. They just disappeared magically. Y'all see that?
I mean, but
They still,
here's my question. I mean,
they
if we
still
all
there, but
go
they
some, if
probably
you go
they ain't say
somewhere,
yeah, they didn't answer that question though. You know what I'm saying? I asked them the
no,
question, why
and
would that kid come to school? See, it
we've
made them
all
look
been
stupid right there.
teenagers. We've all been teenagers, and we've all had people. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You go somewhere, you go to the ball game, and a crazy psycho wants to fight you. You know, our parents have taught us how to defend ourselves. And even
True.
if you can't fight that big motherfucker, you pick up something and you knock the hell out of them. That's
Yep.
what we
That's
were
true.
taught.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. And they know they were
But
taught
it
the
seems
same
like
thing.
our morals,
You know what I'm saying? But they act like they don't have knives.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of them buy the knives at the truck stops and stuff like that. They sell the knives right in the store. So a lot of them carry knives. I know other truck drivers will walk around and carry knives and sometimes handheld guns. So with that being said, again, if we're going to keep this, hounding that question, why did he bring a knife to school? He really didn't bring it with the intentions of harming anybody. He just went to school because that's the tool he carries when he's out and doing his track thing and running with his cleaning his shoes. So he had it in his bag. But when he seen that he was threatened and getting jumped by 6 people, he reached for his knife. So y'all better get back because he had to protect
But
himself
if
at that
you
point.
hit me, what am I supposed to do? Take it? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
just let you whoop my
they
ass
seen
because
that.
I got a
They,
3.7
yeah,
GPA and I don't want to
right.
get in any trouble.
But they saw that in them old videos. They saw that in them old videos that people got washed down water hoses, kicked on, spit, and beat on, and they thought they can still do that.
No.
That was for the move. That was for that movement. That was for a movement at that time, and they decided to go that way to show they was non-violent. But we know today, black people will kill each other. So white people will kill each other too. So at the end of the day, we know that people are not going to sit there and get taken, no beatings from nobody intentionally. You feel what I'm saying?
There is a racial problem in the United States.
Right. And can I say this real quick?
Because he lives in a carry, protect your and stand your ground state.
Right.
Right. And can I say something really quick to that? The fact the fact that they still believe that they can continue to harm us, but we'll never harm them because of our
Right.
morals and how we were brought up is changing, and they can't handle it. They can't
Right.
handle when it happens to them, but they can continue to hang folks and give them time, have them serve
Right.
prison time for something they didn't do, plant narcotics on them, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But when the tables turn, now all of a sudden it's a panic. Now all of a sudden it's a panic because now people are these Gen Zs. They're not how they grew up. These boomers, it's not the
Mm-mm.
same. They ain't
No.
playing them type of games, and that's what's scaring these older folk because they're like, oh, they're serious. Yeah, they're not playing them games and putting your hands on, keep your hands to yourself.
So what do? I mean, what if you in that position, and that comes down to your defense counsel, because, like I said earlier, he totally blew this case because that could have been a point argument too. Are you going to
Yeah,
stand there and
well,
let somebody attack you and beat on you, or are you going to defend yourself? You're in a stand your ground state.
And
What are
that's
you
what
going
I
I
to
would
do?
just
love to
said.
find out
But when you look at it,
if there's a connection
as
between
simple
the
as
defense attorney.
when you look at it as simple as Miss Liz just said, and I just said earlier, maybe he just that's what it would be. That's what the argument would have been if the tables was turned. Man, you live in the stand your ground state. He has that right. When do we lose rights? That's just it. Simple and plain. He carried the knife because he lives in a stand your ground state. Let's just keep it simple as that. Stop asking the questions about why did he carry a knife to school. He can simply say if he wasn't in the position that he's in now, sentenced with 35 years, to just say, I carry my knife. Now, remind you, if he haven't even caught the case, why do you carry your knife? Oh, I live in a stand your ground state, man. I don't want nothing to happen to me. And most people would have said, yeah, we do. But
Right, and how do we know what the? Sorry, I
unfortunately,
was going.
someone lost their life. Let's continue.
Dispatch 443. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing.
I don't know what happened.
443.
And they didn't even Mirandize him.
Crazy. You know the wrong thing. Crazy. Sorry, over there. Up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
He's not saying he's not arguing with the officers. He's not he's not restraining from the officers. He's not talking like someone that is violent. He's going with the flow. He's being respectful to the officers. A criminal, a murderer, that they would have been talking crazy. Man, what you locking me up for? Man, I ain't do nothing. Man, what are you doing? He attacked me. He did X, Y, Z. He don't get no credit for his behavior.
Let me do one more little check, okay? You don't require for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
No, sir. No, sir, I don't.
I'm wearing some little underwear.
You don't even know it is as serious as it is because he didn't come there for that. Let's continue.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
He spelled his name.
Okay. Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? Yes. All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay? Yes, all right. So your first name is Karmelo?
Yes, sir. Karmelo.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know yet, man. Karmelo, C-A-R-A.
K-A-R.
K-A-R.
M-E-L-O.
He don't even know that probably Austin is not living.
And I'm glad the cops were in
Karmelo,
there
what's your last
speaking
name?
to him. They didn't handle him like
A
he's a criminal
and
either.
TH. O-N-Y. Who
They
grade are you in?
gave him all his rights. They
10th
what
grade?
he's
You go
supposed to
to
do.
Emerson?
They didn't recognize him.
What's your last name? What's your last name? And do you see any of the responders there yet?
We hear the sirens, but
Okay.
the coach just sent us out. We're all walking to our buses.
Okay, so you're going to get on a bus right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the rest of the students are walking towards the buses?
Yeah, everyone's being evacuated out the stadium.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You see at that moment they went back to being children.
Can I say something?
Just follow
after
whatever
this?
directions
Because
you're being provided by
I wanna
either
say
the
something.
officers or by your coaches, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it. All kinds of help headed that way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So they just released this photo in the Karmelo Anthony case. Anybody notice anything? Anybody notice anything off about this at all?
What does anybody in the chat notice that's awkward before she goes into saying this about this scene? Does anybody notice? I want to ask my panel first. Miss Liz, you first. Do you notice anything?
Is that supposed to be what unalived the young man?
Yes. Diamond, do you notice anything?
I do.
What do you notice?
No blood.
Dr. E?
Is that the same, Nash?
Okay.
Where's the red fluid? And I know what you're saying, Jay, but it was raining. Maybe it just washed off. First off, let's take a look at the ground around it. Only part of it is wet. They also released some footage of Karmelo Anthony's arrest, and look how dry that sweatshirt is. It hasn't been pouring rain. I watched this video all the way through, and from what I could tell, there is very little to almost no fluid on him. And you can see, even if there is a little bit of a puddle of water around the knife, it would be hovering. Because when it folds in, it goes completely into this case. So it would be ever so slightly raised off of the ground, which you can see by the shadow. So why is this so clean?
Secret Service Sam here for the Karmelo Anthony trial update, and people are talking about Judge Roach is retiring. Now, he was a judge starting in 2007, but he is now retiring. Now, people think it's because allegedly he is scared that he is going to get disbarred. Because a lot of people are saying that this whole Karmelo Anthony trial was a bust, that he wanted to get out, he wanted to make sure he had a conviction so he could retire. But people are saying that he could be disbarred as a judge, and that once the truth comes out about this case, because look, they're not letting people view the video. His own attorneys seem to have sabotaged his case. The defense, the all-white jury, people are very suspicious of what happened in this case, as we've been reporting. And people are saying he didn't allow the proper evidence to be submitted. A lot of the witnesses were just friends of the other side. So it's all very suspicious. Karmelo never took the stand. They didn't allow the video that some people saw to be evidence inside the courtroom. They only showed a blurry video. What do you guys think? I will keep you updated on this. Do you think Karmelo got a fair trial? Listen, I will be here to expose the truth behind the headlines on the front lines. Do you think Judge Roach is sus? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out, Sam Super President of the world.
Stop. Now run a tape.
Now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing.
So, he says Charleston White. We'll see who's laughing. Why did Jeffrey say that? Maybe because Charleston White and Jeffrey Metcalf were involved in a public feud that included heated exchange and personal attacks. After weeks, now we know after weeks, right, of criticism and back-to-back back and forth comments, White later changed his stance on Karmelo Anthony and began publicly supporting the Metcalf family position instead. It's funny why the dad said that. Why did the dad say that, Band-Aid Gang? Because he has power. And you know what? It could have been some
Connections.
it could have been some serious threats.
Yeah,
That could have
I
came
believe that.
to Charleston White's family. And some of us, you know, we would bag down depending on what they said that they could do to our families.
Well, you know, the Carmelo's family was getting unaliving threats too as well.
Right, but we're talking about this right here. So with the family, right, with this happening, we noticed that Charleston White was so gun-ho until the dad made that comment. Then after that, Charleston White backs down.
Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all Karmelo Anthony watermelon filling shirts. They can be purchased at www.therealcharlestonwhite.com. Again, you can get your watermelon filling Karmelo Anthony guilty murderer shirt at www.
But you wasn't saying that he was guilty before, Charleston White. What
That's
kind
wrong.
of threat did they do to you, Charleston White? Charleston White has been threatened. Charleston White may be what? A Mason. Charleston White may be connected with the Masons. Because remember, this doesn't have nothing to do with black and white. It has to do with power and money. Because Charleston White likes money. Power and money. So,
CharlestonWhite.com. Tune in.
Yeah, so it's more social media people like Charleston White jumping on instead of attorney. Charleston White has no attorney, no authority power in the law. So why is he being put to the forefront?
So, claims have circulated online that Metcalf's family, look y'all, that the Metcalf family has connections to, look y'all, the Texas judicial system. See, the daddy said, look, wait, Charleston White, you think you tough? Just wait a minute. Charleston White get a call. You better change your narrative. Watermelon felon. Oh, Charleston White scared. We'll block all of your shine. We will blackball your ass so quick. Won't nobody put you on no shows. Charleston White. With some social media users pointing to photos allegedly showing ties to the prosecutor and judge. So Metcalf has ties to the prosecutor and judge allegedly. However, no verified evidence have been presented proving that to the Metcalf family had any personal relationships with the judge or district attorneys involved with the Karmelo Anthony case. But we see here the judge, I said, damn, making Masonic signs. So maybe the Metcalf family has ties. Now, this is all alleged, everybody, but it's funny that we on their ass and we have been on point with everything that we said, even when it comes to the video. So we see the dad making these hand signals, right? We see the dad making the hand signal, right? Right here. I mean, it's not the dad, but the judge making the hand signal, Band-Aid Gang. We see it. We see it clear as day. We see we had to go back for the people that don't know and the slow people. to show it. So let's continue.
Died. He kept making this symbol. And you see this symbol. News anchors love to make this symbol. You see them doing a lot. I don't know what the name is for it. I think they're making the Illuminati all-seeing eye pyramid, like on the dollar bill with the all-seeing eye. But sure enough, my suspicions were proven correct. I was never raised in Freemasonry, thank God. But it is a Illuminati symbol. And then people that I liked start making it. So I wonder how many of our people that we like have been corrupted. I see, I like Perry Stone. Perry Stone makes it. I see Joseph, a lot of people like Joseph Prince. I see Joseph Prince. He's a hand sign making machine. If you watch him, he's going on and on and on. He'll make the devil's sign. Of course, you've all seen the famous ones of Copeland and Benny Hinn making the devil's sign. He'll make the 666, 666. John Hagee does the same thing, and his son, they're doing the same thing, making the hand signs. I think a lot of these leaders have been corrupted and are leading us to the Antichrist. That's why you have to be careful who you listen to. Jesus said, "My sheep know my voice, and another voice they will not follow." So be very careful. Let's really start to seek him in these last few days, maybe moments and hours before Jesus returns. I was watching World Harvest Television. Lester Sumrall had started that. I remember Lester Sumrall. And I was watching a commercial, and they were doing some fundraising, and they kept making this symbol with their hands. And there was a Freemasonry.
They kept making these symbols with their hands. That's what they said. So he's letting people know I'm involved. I'm in line. I'm operating on a different frequency. Because that's what we see here. But they say signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. You're only going to recognize it when you're conscious. So we're conscious. We see the signs and symbols. And like Dr. E said the other day, we see the pyramid in the back on the flag. And we don't know what that lady is on the table, but apparently whoever this lady is over there in that gold person, that probably has something to do with some shit too. But we see, and I'm not mistaken, Donald Trump wears those same suits. Donald Trump wears that same blue and red tie and the white undershirt. I said, damn. Band-Aid game. Donald Trump wears these same colors all the time. So let's continue. We kicking them in their ass tonight. So it says, Judge John Roach Jr., who presided over a high-profile murder trial of 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony in Collins County, Texas, is retiring at the end of 2026. He currently termed on the 296 District Court branch expires on December 31st. So it expires on December 31st, 2026, including 2 decades of tenure that began in 2007. So he been a judge for what, 11 years? No, 20
almost 20 years. Almost 20 years to be exact.
Yes,
no,
yes,
almost 20
21
years.
years. Judge Roach has received significant media attention for his management of the high politicized and racially charged murder trial. Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of first-degree murder for a fatal stabbing of a 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, who was hella bigger than he was at Frisco track meet, and was sentenced to 35 years in prison following intense online debates and protesters outside the courtroom daily. Okay, the veteran judge defended his decision to run a fast-paced camera-out trial. No cameras. He wanted it fast-paced. Why did he want it fast-paced? No cameras in there. Stating his primary goal was preventing social media narratives and affecting the jury. Look what all the social media. He did this to make social media not erupt. That come on, gang. Can't be, because social media is going crazy over this, gang. Let's continue.
How would you explain the racial makeup of the jury to someone that was questioning it?
Well, I've heard a lot that said there were no blacks on the jury, and I believe that fact is true.
See, this is what really messed me up about this, Ms. Lee, is Dr. Ian Diamond. When he said, yeah, I heard there was no blacks. When a white person, I'm just saying it, and I try my best to make this not about color. White people, this is just don't say blacks. Because black people, that's a red flag with us. When y'all say, I realized there was no blacks on there, that's racist. I know somebody goes, oh, what about, I thought we can't call you blacks? There was no blacks? Why wasn't there no African Americans? Ain't you a professional?
But why? Yeah, but why wasn't it? I mean, this being bring the race up again. Why wasn't it any black Americans, African descendants, the descendants of African slaves, whatever you want to call us? Why wasn't it any on the jury? Answer that question.
Because they already had this set up in motion. If they're all Masons, Freemasons, they already knew what they were going to do with this case, who was going to be on the trial, who was going to be the jury. They already had this set up before it actually happened.
True, but it was a very diverse jury.
But he said it was diverse. So let's let everybody know that we know it was diverse. It had some Chinese, had some Indians. It was diverse. Still was no melanated people.
Other cultures and other races and stuff. And so I really didn't pay attention to it, really, because that's not the job, right, is to manufacture some look of a jury or the makeup of a jury. But I thought it was a good cross-section of Collin County. And again, they did their job, and I think they did
make up something,
no matter what their background was.
So we have a Karmelo Anthony case update, and that case update is that Judge Roach has abruptly retired, and it is believed that that retirement is due to the fact, due allegedly to him possibly facing disbarment proceedings. Okay, so
he didn't want to get disbarred like everybody was saying.
And for the audience in the comments, like they said that they wouldn't convict him if it was a black jury, whatever. It's supposed to be about fairness, not this conviction. The person's not supposed to be guilty in anything until they're proven that they're guilty. And basically, he still had a right to say something. And once again, we didn't see anything. He didn't say anything about his side of the story. He was just sent straight to prison.
Exactly.
And they didn't show every video that they had in their possession either, because the social media is getting hit with all these videos after the trial.
during the case, it seemed like the fix was in to a lot of people, with people having privately viewed the video, and that video was crystal clear. Everyone who was actually on the list, having viewed the video, reported that it was crystal clear. Yet the video that was
the video that was reported was crystal clear. And when the people came out of that courtroom saying that video was crystal clear, notice this social media, notice this Band-Aid gang, when all those people and all races that came in there, white, black, whatever the case may be, said it was crystal clear, and they started saying that, hey, that boy didn't get a fair trial. That's not what happened. What those people were saying was not what happened. People were in there saying that you could see the raindrops, Band-Aid gang. It was so clear. So with that being said, you notice right after that, they made it so you couldn't see the tape no more, even use it. Wonder why? Is it because there was no space in the video? We're going to show that for the people that came in late. I'm going to recap it, and I'm going to make you guys see it. Let's continue, because we broke them today. Broke they
shown in the courtroom was grainy. And then there were the witnesses that only seemed to testify for the other side. Karmelo Anthony did not take the stand in his defense. His attorneys apparently sabotaged him, his personal defense team, and the fact that there were no jurors.
Well, Band-Aid gang chat, everybody, why would they sabotage him? Why
because I believe the defense
like a speedy trial. Why was it on Saturday? Why? Okay, we talked about why wasn't melanated people in why wouldn't
it's a modern day public lynch is what it's called. Modern day public lynching.
Or was it when we look at the Masonic symbols, the same colors, and maybe it was just the Epstein files? Maybe it was just another distraction.
And not to mention, I believe the defense. I believe the
Epstein files.
Right.
What it was. And people with those powers showing Masonic symbols, and we have seen Donald Trump sitting down, and we have done this, Band-Aid gang. We have sat here, we've watched my reaction videos. I've put videos up with Donald Trump throwing those same hand signals up. We need this trial to hit and start controversy while we move this around, move that around, and hide this and hide that. And keep them from talking about the Epstein files. Let's let them talk about this Karmelo Anthony trial. That's what it is. It's a cover-up for the Epstein files. And there's another one. It may be Yo Gotti getting a RICO charge. Is that going to be next? Because they just took Hernandez Goldman because they're running out of options. Hit the like button. They're running out of options. The war is getting quiet, guys. It's not much more there to talk about. The Epstein files are surfacing more and more because when these streets get quiet, what do they bring up? The Epstein files. So we're not going to talk about how deep it is because I'm going to tell you something. What happens in Israel? What's going on? Why is the Israelis doing so much to the Palestinians? I'm going to show you a video, gang, because I do my shit. You know why that war was going on as well? Israel has the biggest camps. All the internet stuff that we got, all these testings, all this new shit that comes out of Israel. All these same thing they were doing with those children, doing tests and seeing if somebody can survive with so much pressure against them. Can they survive in certain climates? And all these medical tests to see if this medicine works on that person. Do you know where that comes from? That comes from the Palestinians. The Israelis was doing that to the Palestinians. All these medicine, they were using the Palestinians, people over there in Palestine, for lab rats. They were using the Palestinians for lab rats. I got the proof. You think I'd just be playing? I'm gonna play the video for you the day after tomorrow, because I hit you back to back. I'm gonna show you how they were using the Palestinians for lab rats. I said, damn, I sure will. Subscribe to the channel and you'll see it. I got it. You need to get over here, Nicholas. Nicholas, you need to get over here and see what I'm talking about. Wasn't the president of Russia named Nicholas? Nicholas Blogov, some shit. Nicholas. I'm close. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. They were lab rats. That's where they do all the testing in Israel. They was using the Palestinians, doing that to them Palestinians. Stop playing with us. Here's the thing, gang. Next, we might get the RICO with Yo Gotti. See, that'll be another big cover-up, you know, for Donald Trump. Because, see, remember, Yo Gotti was down there at that White House. Yeah. Yo Gotti, you was down there at that White House. Yeah, you was down there. They gonna roll over on your ass, too, in just a minute. They got Hernandez Govan. Oh, and with Yo Gotti being the biggest trial after Young Dolph, see, Onan did say that. This shit was going to be very big. It's all timing. And when them Epstein files for this sentence go on, I wouldn't be surprised if we get that RICO with Yo Gotti to get everybody in the distractions. Hit the like button. We just talked about Hernandez Govan going down. Feds came and got him. Y'all saying that crazy too. Ain't nothing crazy about it. Ain't no such thing as strange happenings. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. Now, when I hit y'all with this one again, with them Palestinians, and when that goddamn RICO come for Yo Gotti ass, oh, that's going to be big. That's going to be real big. It may be bigger than this Karmelo Anthony trial. Because somebody was unalived, and it was so many players involved that we know, oh, they're going to keep you in the twist. Going to keep you in the loop. While Donald Trump slides his way up out of there. And everybody forgets that his ass needs to go to jail. And he can slide away because he can do anything he wants. And you can't tell me it's no privilege in this shit. When will you people stop? You already got the upper hand and you still complaining? You're telling me it's no privilege in this shit? This man got 34 felonies? Make it make sense. He made it. If that was a melanated man out did all of that shit, how the hell is he president again after all of that? You tell me it ain't no privilege? How did he win again after that? How did he win again, gang? Make it make sense. Privilege. How did a man win again? They started fires. They beat up people. They went inside of the White House and tore that motherfucker down. They was downstairs. They had cameras. They brought out tear gas behind Trump. They said he was wrong and all that. The motherfucker turned back around and win again. Privilege. Because he was selected. He's Masonic. Bloodline. Same bloodline that judge come from. The same they needed him. You got to play your part now. They railroaded that little boy. You think they care about that little boy when they run around allegedly eating children and sucking the blood out of them? And hunting melanated children? And Sasha Riley went up there and told everything that Trump did to him? And the stuff that happened in the Epstein files and Bill Clinton going up there making all the mistakes? Pizzagate? But y'all say that we crazy? Chris Wexner, Pam Bundy, Cash Patel, all of that shit is not privilege to you? These people with the money in these high class places, they're able to do anything they want. And you got people in this chat going gun-ho for these motherfuckers when they in the same boat that we're in? We're just on the food chain. I'm against everything that they are against because they raised the taxes on us. They raised fuel prices on us for nothing. Donald Trump told us just the other day that we got so much oil that we don't need nobody else's oil. Then tell me why the fuel prices is high then. He told you people that we got so much oil in Texas that the oil tastes sweet. If you taste the oil, it was so sweet. But why are the gas prices so high then? They don't give a F about you. But you're going gun-ho for him? Your rent didn't get cheaper when Donald Trump got in the office? Your car note didn't go down when Donald Trump got in the office? Your car note didn't go down when Obama got in the office? Nothing changed when Obama got in the office? Because they all in it together. And they gonna hide they shit under the table. Get all our money while our backs is turned, and they use this thing that they call social media that they used years ago, and they gave it to us because they feel sorry for us now because this is how they did they dirt. The shit that we using now is how they communicated years ago. In 1975, when my mama started learning how to work a goddamn computer, they was using this shit, networking with this shit. This is what they did. They all in it together. I don't know Obama. Obama ain't do nothing for me. I just vote. I know people that voted for him. He didn't do nothing for me. Every month that came by, my rent didn't go down. My car note stayed the same. Grocery store prices and all of that shit. I didn't need to go to the doctor. What did he do for me? Not a damn thing. What all these presidents did for you? Nothing. You just got out here and start holding dick for him. I'ma just hold your penis. You the man, you in the limelight, you rich. That's what happened. I said, damn. Hit the like button. Let's continue.
On the trial, in the trial, that looked like Karmelo Anthony. So there are a lot of things about the case that seemed very suspicious to a lot of people. And due to that, it is being guessed.
Diamond, did Obama do something for you?
No.
Dr. E, did Obama do something to you?
Yeah, loan forgiveness.
Huh?
Loan forgiveness.
He gave us peace. Let's just be honest. He did give us peace. For the 8 years that he was in there, it was kind of peaceful. It was very peaceful.
There's countries that he can't even go to or he's going to go to jail for the rest of his life. They didn't tell you that, did they? Did you know that?
Nah.
I'm not surprised, but at the same token, it's not as bad.
Because if he gets caught in those countries, he will get sent. I'll put that video out too. And that comes from Billy Carson. Everybody knows who Billy Carson is.
Yeah, the liar. Well, anyway, I will say this. I will say this. Obama brought us peace. Yeah, he was not perfect, like all the rest of the presidents were not perfect. However, this administration, this president that's been in there twice, has destroyed us inside and out and has put us further in debt than we were, period. In the last, since the first term and part of this term, he has, I think, almost $8 trillion. He's put us in more and further in debt. So it's not like he's helping us. And if anything, if you want me to be honest with you, our root to our problem is the elite. And if we can't go grab one of them and their family members to clear our debt and to make us rich again, I don't think any president has done any benefit for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for your
And
honesty.
I will piggyback off what she said. Like I said before about myself, he helped me with loan forgiveness when he made that particular thing come out. So when I was a student, I did student loans like most of us do. And when he made that plan, it was like your loans were over 10 years old, you can apply for loan forgiveness. And mine was way over 10 years old, and I was able to do that. So because of that, I have better credit right now. So did he do anything for me personally? That was one of the things he did kind of help put in place that worked for me. So I got to be real with that. Now, anything
And
else, and
healthcare. Let me sorry.
well, I ain't finished, Diamond.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get
You
it
know
out.
how
Trying to
every
get it
time
out.
you be saying something, I be wanting to say something because my mind be wondering. You know, my mind go a million miles a minute. But
I hear you. But yeah, I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna say
say
this other thing,
this.
and then as a veteran, I just want to put all this out in one thing, and I'll be done. But as a veteran, what has he done? I mean, I'm trying to get me a house right now with my loan forgiveness, my better credit score, and I'm trying to get a home and purchase a home with that and have zero down. I think I deserve it as a veteran. For the chat that's feeling kind of bias and color and race and all that, do I deserve that as a veteran? You know what I'm saying? I think I do. I did it and put my name on the line.
Thank you for fighting for our country, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So with all that, what has Obama did for me personally, that's one of the things he kind of put in place. But as a president, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm independent. And I started doing that. I wasn't raised that way, but I started doing that as an adult. I just looked at the whole system. The system has really never been just for Black Americans, period. Care how you break it down. You got the amendments and stuff that's been amended in the Constitution, and they still haven't taken place. If you really want to be personal about it, we ought to be giving free education at school anyway, just because. But we don't have that in position and policy. So we had to sign up and get in different programs to get something or get things we have. And it was colored programs made because we was the ones not getting the just that we should have supposed to got by the amendment rights. And then to this day, they still don't recognize that. They still see us really as 3/4 of a human being. Am I right or wrong? So that's what I have to say about that. Go ahead, Dive.
Right. I was going to say healthcare is one of the main things that Obama did take care of because at the time, universal healthcare was something that has always been a main goal, but he wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to get insured. And I believe that was one of the biggest things that he did to help us.
Yeah,
they were
that's
fighting
true.
against it. But he prevailed, and now they're still complaining. But what they're doing is, and what they've always did, was tax everything. We're not supposed to be getting taxed for everything. But what's been going on is the Israelis, I'm gonna say a certain group of individuals have taught people how to get over on people, to benefit off of taxing people for, stuff that shouldn't be taxed. Basically, like your, state tax, homeowner tax, anything with tax on it. That wasn't a thing before. It became a thing after the 40s, if I'm not correct.
Go ahead, Diamond.
No, I just didn't want to talk too much, but I was just saying in general, we know that the Israelis are the problem here in the United States of America. They have started up As you know, the Rothschild family is the reason why we have banks here in America. I believe truly that the reason why they're going after Iran is because they don't have a Jewish bank. But that's a whole nother subject other than what we're talking about today. We can go on that in a different show. But we have continuously seen that if any elite, any type of business, any type of anything that's worth value, who runs it? It's the Jewish empire.
Now I see somebody in the comments saying, that's the problem with free stuff. Well, don't we deserve free stuff if we work and we pay taxes? Don't we deserve free stuff if we sign a name on the line for this country? Don't we deserve free stuff? Shouldn't I get zeroed down for a house as a veteran? Answer that question.
Let's go, Dr. E. You ready?
Cities, at your borders, on your phone. The lab was never just about them. Border be used. Check into 25. Why is
hit the like button, y'all. I'm about to drop this one on you.
And I appreciate your comments and answers. Salute to you. Thank you.
Chris Hedges said it straight. The Palestinians are human.
America is the back rooms.
U.S. backs Israel? You're wrong.
What's the truth?
Think U.S. backs Israel? What's the truth? Hit the like button, y'all. Let's give them the truth real quick.
It's not blackmail. It's not shared values. Israel runs the only human laboratory on Earth, a place where you can test population control tech under the cover of war.
A lab?
Journalist Anthony Lowenstein calls Gaza the perfect laboratory. Drones, AI targeting, facial recognition. Every tool is tested on Palestinians before it's sold worldwide.
And that's why the U.S. backs them.
Chris Hedges said it straight. The Palestinians are human laboratory rats to the Israeli military, tried out on the captive population, often with lethal results.
So the tech gets battle-tested in Gaza, then sold abroad?
Exactly. That's why Israeli arms exports hit $19 billion in 2025. And the U.S. isn't just buying, it's integrating. Section 224 of the new defense bill fuses U.S. and Israeli military tech into one system. AI, cyber, biotech, everything.
So the same surveillance used on Palestinians
will be used on you, in your cities, at your borders, on your phone. The lab was never just about them. It was practice.
SolarCast runs on truth, and truth runs on those who value it. If you've been fed, consider feeding the archive. SigillaMalexio.com.
So did y'all hear about how these scientists opened up a 5,000-year-old mummy and found something that may still be alive? So naturally, they ate it. Now, most people would naturally assume that ancient mummies are completely dead. But no, these researchers found a mummy that they estimated to be a bit over 5,000 years old with microbes inside them. Microbes that are still alive that survived way longer than anybody could even fathom. Think about that. 5,000 years, longer than most recorded history, longer than most modern civilizations. Quite literally, something endured, something microscopic endured all that time. How is that even possible? Now, scientists believe that certain microbes can enter like a severe survival state, extreme survival, where they go into like a biological hibernation, and that's how they're able to last this long. But that just makes you wonder, what else has been surviving for thousands of years that we're not even aware is currently alive right now? Because if microscopic life can last for thousands of years, what else is hidden underneath the ice, the caves, the mountains, places that we've yet to explore, in the oceans? What else is out there with full life from thousands of years ago still existing today? But the biggest plot twist by far of this whole story is the fact that the scientists decided to take it a step further and go ahead and separate the microorganisms, the yeast activated through these microbes, and make a loaf of bread to go ahead and consume. Because Studying it was not enough. They wanted to taste their research. Digging up ancient remains is already wild as it is, not letting things rest, but going ahead and trying to consume parts of these ancient remains is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. But let me know what you guys think about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you heard this story. If you haven't, save this video, go look into it. Per usual, this is all alleged. Can't confirm or deny any information. Definitely implore you to do your research. Whatever else I find out, I'll be back. Like, follow, stay.
That is why there could be possible disbarment procedures that were getting ready to go down against Judge Roach. And to prevent that, he decided that he was going to abruptly retire. Now, I want to know, what do you think? Do you think there was anything suspicious that happened during the case? Was there anything that caught your eye or made you say, wait, this does not even sound right? It sounds like this guy is being railroaded from the beginning to the end to the sentencing amount of time. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are.
Hey, I just found out, I did not know that they had court on Saturday.
Yeah, they had court on Saturday, 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
So on the Karmelo Anthony case, they had court on Saturday, y'all. Isn't that kind of strange? Now this person has done time, and he's curious on why they had court on Saturday. Let's continue.
Nigga, that's some shit I ain't never heard of, bro.
Yeah, that's some different.
And then after the next day they had the nigga shipped off to the penitentiary, bro. Like what it made me do, cause I'm from Houston. We run the chain. It's called the Kitchen Chain. We run the chain 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
For those that don't understand what that means, what does kitchen chain mean?
Kitchen chain mean you leaving the county going to the penitentiary. So the less in Houston, it's at least the less I ever waited to catch chain to go to and I didn't been 5 times. This ain't no glorification or nothing. It just is, it's public knowledge.
Now, can he be wrong? Yeah, he can be wrong, because when I went to prison and after I went to court, they sent me to prison the next day. Next day, I was gone. I was whatever he called catching the chain. Let's continue. But there's still some weird stuff in what he says. Listen.
Like 2 months and 2 weeks, probably the quickest I ever caught chain. So I had to Google, like, what the fuck? Because I know he was in Frisco. They say he was in Collin County. It's 1.03 million people in Collin County. I looked up how many people they county house. They county house like, what did it say? Like 1,000. It's because our shit was like 8 times, because Harris County housed like over 10,000 motherfuckers. They shit housed like 1,200 or some shit. Because I'm just trying to do the math, because I'm like, I've never heard of anybody catching chain the next day. That shit is unheard of. But if it's a small county and they don't got a lot of motherfuckers going to the penitentiary, I can understand how the chain could just come that day, and if he the only motherfucker going. Now, that's the question I have more than anything. Is he the only nigga that's went to the penitentiary that day? Or was other niggas on chain with him, or was he a special? Because
so that's something to look into. Was he the only one that went to penitentiary that day? We don't know. Could what happened to if something happens to Karmelo Anthony while in prison, could that be another uproar, another distraction? The Yo Gotti could be another distraction. Again, the streets are getting real quiet, Band-Aid gang. Are they all going to just start coming over here to this channel and listen to what we have to say? Because I think that we've been pointing on, and they don't want to open the flood. They open it up here and there for us. They don't want me talking about Trump, because they'll try to do my channel all type of ways. They did. And you know what? I let them win. You know what? They said, you better not talk about Trump no more. took your monetization away. Now talk about them again. We're going to give you time to clean your video up. They told me to get rid of my videos about Donald Trump. That's what they said. So why you think I'm not running up numbers like I was before? I did exactly like they wanted me to do. Ain't that some shit? So did they do a little bit deeper with Charleston White? To make Charleston White disrespect his own culture and put Karmelo Anthony with a watermelon over his face. And call him watermelon felon. Made him disrespect his own people. How could you, Charleston White?
I hope all
Are you
this
doing what
comes
they
out.
wanted you to do? I said, damn. Go ahead, Diamond.
No, I hope all this comes to light because it seemed like a lot of people are pulling strings behind closed doors, and whoever it is needs to be handled fast. And I think that this has been going on for way too long. To me, it means that we need to question every case that that particular judge has handled, because it seemed like there's some type of malpractice there. Code of ethics. How
That's
you
why he,
handled
that's
how
why
to
he
handle.
retired.
What'd you
Yep.
say?
That's why he
That's right,
retired
Steve.
because
He
he
should
trying to get up out
retire,
of there.
but that doesn't mean that he can't get prosecuted though.
He should.
Because if you look at it, if he mishandled this case, he's mishandled plenty of cases. If he's been there 21 years, imagine how many people that he's probably slam dunked that probably
Yeah,
was innocent, that served time. And you know who benefits from you being locked up is the
yeah,
people that own those prisons or has
yeah,
stocks in those prisons or shares in those prisons. So it's all money. It's all about money. It's all about how they can
yeah,
get over on someone. And they know that eventually people are going to be smart enough to figure out what's really going on.
yeah.
I do believe the defense was paid off. I believe the defense is working with the prosecution and the judge is also working together. All three of them are working together.
Yeah, I agree.
And if we find out the defense attorney was affiliated with the Freemasons, hello.
That's not going to happen because half of all of them are Freemasons.
Right, I'm saying we don't know if the defense attorney is. If he is, that would consider a conflict of interest
That's
if
true.
they're all
Oh yeah,
affiliated
true.
with the same
Same fraternity.
organization.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's
oh
going
yeah.
on, Reed? Well, I agree, Diamond, but we've seen so much wicked stuff being done in our system. And this year, this is beyond being the year of exposure. This is the year of, here it is. Take it or leave it. That's what this is the year of
Yeah.
take it and take it. Take this shit. Take it. This is the year of take it. 2026 is the year
Man.
of take this shit.
I think we're not going to get anywhere until we handle the situation with Israel.
When sis?
If we don't handle Israel, we're not going to get anywhere. And I think that's the start.
Well, we
Because if
know
we
that.
don't handle the people that are running our country that are from over there, what I feel like should happen, and I know I'm not in Congress, but I think that they should seize all assets of theirs from in the U.S., freeze all money, anything that is associated, we should completely cut off and go from there.
What do you guys think the government's next move is in the next 2 years?
The next
No,
2
it
years.
depends. It depends on if the people speak louder than the government does, because we outnumber them. At the end of the day, if the people don't come forward and say, okay, enough is enough, they're already trying to mess with our elections. You know, we already know that the
But
Israelis own
half the
the machines.
country knows that, but they won't go against the power structure. They won't. They
That's
scared.
Yeah, I
because they
agree with you,
don't know
Dr.
no
E.
better. Sorry.
They've weakened all of our leaders that we had.
Yeah,
We no longer
yeah,
have Tupac's. Tupac would have been a leader, and they had to get rid of him earlier. Tupac was
yeah.
living today. Tupac had a voice and the power and the intelligence. Have a lot of people follow what he do. When we lost Tupac Shakur, that was the last hope. Tupac Shakur was our last hope. Ever
Right,
since
because we
we
can't.
lost Tupac, we lost it. They
Right, because we can't rely
you
on
you
Snoop
see we
Dogg.
see we
Can't
see
rely on Jay
we
Z.
see that Charleston White had a Tupac spirit, but not a Tupac. He had the words, he had all of that, but he's a sellout.
I would agree to that. Because sometimes he makes sense. Sometimes he makes sense. Sometimes he don't make sense. But when it come down to these people saying whatever they said to him, I feel like if he felt like that they have put him in a corner, right? At what point? How do you get around that other than joining them? Because if they are the system, you can't sue them. Because if you sue them, you got the Freemasons in there that's going to throw out the case. So how do you handle it?
Man.
I read a lot. I listen to a lot. I think to answer your question, what do I think will happen in the next 2 years? I think that in the next 2 years, DMX to September Virgo. I think in the next
Yeah.
2 years we will see a more, let's say, okay. Well, right now we have robots building robots.
Right.
So we have robots that are building other robots that walk, talk. We have human beings that know. And I see my mom put in here, Democrats is taking over. If you read your Bible, it speaks of these things. Absolutely. But it also stated it will be corrected. Now we have to think about what is correction. Is it correction of, correction, and and I'm not doubting anything my mother said, and Pimp C was 102 as well. But correction could be destruction. Sometimes the world corrected itself by destroying itself and having to rebuild. So some people wait on this, oh, it's going to change. The change may be the change of death amongst us all, and the earth rebuilding itself all over again. People trying to find the movie Book of Eli. The Book of Eli said a lot. That movie spoke a lot because they lost everything, and that Bible was the thing that they needed. Whoever had that Bible had the power.
I believe
So
that
it was like, so it's like what I see now is I see people already selling out. What is the mark of the beast? So they had to distract us with this, that. The mark of the beast could be the cell phone because it's still in your hand. Spoke of the mark of the beast being in your hand, but people also thought, oh, it's gonna be in your skin. Apparently, it's not in your skin. But what they did do, put in your skin, but not the palm of your hand. They put it in your head, which is the Neuralink. So now children can be born with the Neuralink. So they're saying in the next couple of years, the doctors, when you have a child, they will be putting the Neuralink in your child's head when the baby's born.
What?
So basically, the people are going to be psychic, reading minds, moving things with their hand. Like in the next 2 years, I see people even selling out worse. I don't see no repair because everything in the Bible and everything in Quran, it all tells the same story. It ended at a point. Most High was not, God was not pleased by the people, so he did something to wake us up. So it's a wake up at the end of the day. So I just see some type of wake up, some type of, I see in the next 2 years something, I hate to say it, bad happening.
Well, I think that if we don't stop Elon Musky fuck, excuse my French, I probably shouldn't say that. But if we don't stop him, we don't stop Bill Gates, if we don't stop the people that is really like already doing things, like and a lot of people have not looked at the JE files. I have. And I know that Bill Gates is wrapped into a lot of stuff himself, involving C-19 and other things. So we really do need to, like, and I know we're not in Congress, we're not of any power to be able to handle this situation, but we need some people that really are looking out for the people to really step up and get these people shut down, like buckle their businesses. They need to, even if it's Amazon gotta go. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? We need these people to really buckle with the finances because they're not doing right by the money that they have. And you have all this money and a lot of people don't, and you're using the money to be able to create cities or create people with a chip in their brain, or create different things that, like the satellite rays that Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend said that he used with the allegedly with the election. You know, those wouldn't even exist. That stuff wouldn't even exist if he didn't have access to our government funds. We need people that's really going to fight for the people, and I don't know. We got a lot of people that just still got their hand in the cookie jar, and even though our dollar is devaluing every chance it gets at this point, since this man been back in office, our value of our dollar is decreasing. So everybody's worried about money. That money ain't gonna be worth anything if we keep allowing this to carry on.
Yeah, those are great answers, man. I appreciate that. But I just want to really go there because I'm just kind of wanting people to kind of get that mode of thinking. And that's 2 years, things gonna have to shift, where whoever's gonna be president or whatever the case is. So we need to kind of start thinking ahead because we can't, some of these things are going on right now. We gotta be active, of course, but 2 years from now, we gotta kind of put a date and knock it in the sand, say, look, this date, we got to come together as a country and figure out what we're going to do from here. Because rather than that, Donald Trump goes for election 3 or something, or whatever's supposed to happen it's going to be something drastic that's going to happen. We got to be ready and prepared for it, for real, as a country. No race included, just
Right.
beyond racial lines. For real.
Right. We really need to shut down. And you know what? And what if we did a blackout of not paying federal taxes? They can't lock everybody up, y'all. Blackout. Don't pay your federal taxes anymore. Hey, they ain't got no money to spend if we ain't sending them no money.
Well, has the president, chief of commander, have he ever paid his? That's all I'm going to ask. Has Donald Trump actually paid his taxes when he got in office the first time? Did we ever hear about him paying his taxes? Anybody know?
Never.
I think he got upset and sued himself because of his release of his tax return, of him only paying $750.
Come on, y'all. $750 for a billionaire? Come on, man.
And that's the reason why he's been enriching himself since he's been in there, and I know that everybody knows that. If you're not paying attention, you clearly can see that he's enriching himself while he's in there. He don't care about the presidency. I'm gonna tell you that now. He don't care about that. He cares about himself and his family and his generational wealth.
Oh, you can't
That's
forget his
why he's
furniture that he just
always
got.
on his social media. That's why he's always on his social media trashing Obama and everybody else, trying to make himself look good because he cares less about us. He only cares about himself and his family.
September Virgo said, as Black people, we do not set up an altar as we should to honor our ancestors, to call on him in a time of need and honor him. Absolutely.
And let's be clear, we do need to allow women to lead a lot more than we do at this present time. We need more women leadership because I'm kind of tired. I mean, I don't mean to say this in the I'm gonna say this in the candidate is I'm gonna say this in the most rudest way. I'm tired of men ruling every damn thing. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We need some women to see how they do with leadership. Because everything that we have seen in the last 10 years, I'm going to say even 20 years, men have destroyed our everything. Women couldn't even have the right to vote until in the 60s. Women have been held back. Let women lead for once. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I salute that we gotta also tilt our hat that we got so close to a melanated woman being president. I don't think it has. I just think in their belief, woman is below man, but not in Africa. A queen sits right by side of her king. So we got close to that, but I don't think Hillary would have ever won either. I think that it will never be a woman president.
I believe it is. I believe it's going to be a
And
woman
not saying that
president.
it shouldn't be, because I do believe there should be a woman president. Definitely, we will get a
And
whole
if you
lot of.
look at it, and
But
if you look at it, Kamala Harris actually told the truth on everything he's doing currently right now. She didn't lie. Everything she said in her campaign about what he was gonna do when they were talking and they were debating, she said out her own mouth that he was gonna do all of this. And guess what? He's doing everything plus some. So instead of people bashing her and trying to say all this negative stuff about her, how about you say, you know what, maybe you were right. Maybe we should have listened to you. Maybe she knows more than we know. Maybe there's a bigger investigation going on than we know about. Remember, she is a prosecutor. I don't know what people think that she stopped being a prosecutor. Yes, she stopped being a prosecutor when she was in Congress and when she became the vice president, but she's still a prosecutor at the end of the day. So she might know about an investigation, a big investigation that's going on, and she can't talk about it. Why do you think he never insults Kamala Harris? Do you ever hear him insult Kamala Harris? No, you do not. She has came out and spoke about him many a times. He don't say nothing about her. Why? Because we all know. We all know what he did.
well,
Allegedly.
we're gonna go back on the Carmelo Anthony before we get ready to close out. And no, I don't. But again, I think they're all in it together. So that's probably a reason why he doesn't talk about her, and she really doesn't say much about him either, because they're all in it together. They're all in it to profit. So they all come from a bloodline. So that's just what I believe. Allegedly, I'm gonna say that. But back to the Carmelo Anthony situation, because we're about to close out. I do want to say, where do we go from here? The question is, will we get any clearer footage? Is that all they're going to give us? Will the Carmelo Anthony case start to die down after all of this new breaking news? Let's see where it goes from here, Band-Aid Gang, because I think clearly we broke the code today. I think we showed you that space. I think we showed you something that you will never see done by anyone else the way that we did it today. This was a classic live, and I'm glad the people showed up. And we gave them what they money for that. We gave them what it was worth. We gave them what they money today. We showed the footage. We saw the space. We saw the time space today, y'all. That nothing happened. We seen all of that. We know there's lies that were hidden. we did our thing today. Once again, like we always do. So let's predict again. After the footage, and we talk about grainy footage, now they took the footage away. We have, ever since the beginning of this, we never had any footage. I think a lot of this stuff should have came out in between the time he got sentenced. A lot of this should have came out. Why all of this stuff all becomes relevant and right after they sentence him and he go to prison. So I think a lot of this would have came out if there was much more. We would have saw this stuff earlier in the beginning before he even went to trial.
Now, do you think he's going to he's going to actually get a good defender to represent him, or do you think it's just going to be a?
I think that if he does get a good representative to defend him, the judge is retiring. I think that honestly, they can go back and use that footage again, so that's out the box.
Right, but he's not going to be leaving for another 6 months, so we got to look at that too.
Yeah,
he's
that's
going
also
until the
right.
end of the year.
You're right on that, but I just think that I hope that this young man gets out. Again, they've hid all the evidence, and if he doesn't get out, is that something to let us know that they have full control of everything?
Right now, they think that they're getting away with everything. They're low key laughing at everything. They think everything's funny. That's the reason why a lot of these videos came out on.
New World Order. It's the New
Do you
World
think
Order.
Do you think that it was selective on why these videos came out on Juneteenth?
Yes, absolutely.
So they are literally playing mind games with everybody.
Something out, yes. Good point, Diamond. Yes, it is. It's a statement. It was a statement. It was a statement. And again, it's the New World Order. Novus Ordo Seclorum. It's here. Project 2025. We spoke of this.
And he has to get like you said, a person in law that's going to represent him. It can't be a celebrity like Charleston White that flip flops. It can't be anybody that just got a lot of money like a Jay-Z. It's got to really be for real, whether they backing him or not. They got to really have an attorney in law to really break down the facts to get this dude off to a point where he got to serve some kind of time to get that understood for the misaliving happen. But he shouldn't get 35 years. That's just straight up. That's the point we're talking about here. We talking about taking a child's life to have potential and made a mistake, and then, like I said, the dose wasn't in place and doing what they had to do. And then this railroading this guy and throwing him under the bus. And what we trying to do is actually trying to get him recognized so that's doesn't happen. Because if this happens to him, it can happen to anybody's children, grandchildren, or whatever in the future. Just kind of putting that out there.
With that being said, everybody, we want to thank you for coming tonight. It's 12 o'clock. We do have to get up early. I thank everybody. I hope I did a good job. I don't know. I think we did. I think I got an awesome panel. I love the chemistry that we had up here today. Thank you for coming, Miss Liz. Thank you, Peanut. Thank the people, and feel free. Again, we try to stay real and put out good content for the people and just get better as we go. I want to thank Dr. Ian Diamond. Y'all a wonderful cast, man. You guys are awesome.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick before you close out? I want everybody to understand that we're not advocating for we're not saying that the Austin Metcalf's life didn't matter. Okay, we're not ever going to say that. And I hope people stop assuming because we want Karmelo free that we're saying that his life did not matter. He was a child just like Karmelo was a child, and I blame the adults on handling the situation with the teams in a different way. I want people to understand that.
Yeah, true facts.
True facts. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you for a wonderful close. Thank you, guys. Thank you, G Money. Thank you, Nurse 59. Thank my moms. Thank you, September Virgo. Thank everybody that came in tonight. Shouts out to you all. We love you all. Thank you for supporting and always standing by our side. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Thank you all, gang. I can't, even the people that came in with their own narrative. Thank you for visiting the channel. Thank you, G Money. We love you. Thank you for always showing love. Everybody, we appreciate you guys because we wouldn't be up here if you guys didn't motivate us to get up here and inform you guys with what's updated on YouTube. Thank you guys very much. We love y'all. Please hit the like button. The like button will keep our videos in the algorithms, and we will keep you on a further update with what goes on social media. And let's see where this goes from this point on. So we will be keeping our ear to the streets like we always do. And any further updates, I will be surfing the net. So look out for us the day after tomorrow. I think we went back to back yesterday on Govan and then today on this one. So we're going to give it a little break, give me time to get some more content because things are changing and we just want to change with it and make sure that we bring out the best info. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Please hit the like button. You're watching Band-Aid Gang. I'm C-Dub. Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying? I said, damn. I'm with Diamond, Dr. E, and the Real Angel, and we beat you, and we are called Band-Aid Gang. Thank you guys for coming in. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, stay blessed, never stressed. Be happy that you above the ground instead of under it. Band-Aid Gang, we were here, y'all.